a penguin, but I'm seeing little yellow feet. And I'm pretty sure it's a penguin. I just want you to know that, Jackie.
It could be. It could be. At some point, we'll have someone on the ground confirm or deny the species of that talisman stuffed animal that is behind the monitor. But that is maybe for a future time. It's not for right now. Now is Gamer Legion taking on Inner Circle time. We get into it on Ancient Mac. All right, let's see where this is going to go. CT side start for Gamer Legion. And already they're barreling out mid. Damage done. Onic and Dowie, all right, bringing the thunder, but PR wants to stop it.
Straight through Donut. A-side open for the taking. CT smoke bleeding forward, but ZTR denied any over-aggression in behind that one. Spammed weight. And it's Torsen to try to save the day. 1v4 angle and Inner Circle, they are all over this one. 2 staying with the package. 2 just having a look around mid, making sure that there is no sneaky business going on. But Inner Circle, straight out of the gates, showing what they're capable of on the Glocks.
That's a nice heavy hit. Big first round, man. Take some space outside mid, get in there. So that answers one of the questions, at least. Gives us a bit of a read on the temperature of the pistol round. If memory serves, I feel like Inner Circle last time around, though, it was another one of these teams, man, where we saw some bumpy rounds into a few of the anti-ecos. So hopefully that's squeaky here.
Straight into it. Okay.
I didn't expect it on round 1, but it makes sense. It was the meta. It was the meta, Mac.
It was the meta. There you go. Lovely to see. Tilt game starting strong, and the monkeys are out to play. Let's see what we get from Gamer Legion. Going for the 4-man B stack. Maybe trying to play towards Inner Circle's tendencies. Nonic behind the molly. Oh, going to get too much. Will they force forward? Doesn't look to be the case. Hypex revealing his hand with that scout over towards the long. Torsen looking to get right up in their grills. Forced by... Successful so far. Flash going to be able to create an extra bit of space. Daddy holding down the fort, and that's going to be a 1-for-1. Rez doesn't overextend, and is happy to play the numbers game.
Exchange just spam back through the wood there. Oh, Clay's Cave on Onic holding, just in case they give him any sort of margin for error. ZTR boosted on box side. Come walking through, could be slapped upside the head. But they've got range to play with on ramps. It's not too bad whatsoever. Dowie headhunting. Spear into the bomb site for the first. There's Daddy back onto Rez. ZTR can't make the play towards Cave. And it all goes tumbling down. Unless there's really any exits here from PR, should be pretty clean. All right, so a nice conversion with only the 1 casualty. And he's still going. Okay. Matt, they're keeping it riding.
This is wild. We need to ask about that again. If we get a chance to chat to them. In any form of post-match interviews. Let's have a look-see. Onic strafing away. Just taking a couple of names, and it will be the low buy still for Inner Circle. Keeping the SMGs in play. Knowing that it was a force from Gamer Legion in the previous, there should be less Kevlar to deal with. And similarly, again, the ZTR won't be burned out, so Molly doesn't hit the perfect position. And we'll squeeze a couple of extra seconds out of that smoke on the vent. Pushing forward, P250 gets a good amount of damage done. And Dowie running into the molly will just barely survive on 5 points of health. Knife looking to cut this site in half, but the short pressure comes in just in time. Awkward couple of dinks coming through. It makes it potentially winnable if PR can lock in, but won't be able to connect. 3 in a row to kick off the T side for Inner Circle.
A third? Ooh. Okay, no, not this round, man. It didn't require it. It didn't need it. It didn't need it.
Yeah, straight into the business.
All right, yeah, we're dialed in. 3 rounds. They've hit them early. The gut punch of the yells. Guns are out, though. This is what I was waiting for. I want to see what Hypex brings to the table, man. Let's see what he's got out in store for us here in this round. feel like there's a lot of firepower behind him. Wrapping back early through CT spawn, though. It's all left to the teammates at middle, and it gets messy. Big plays. You roll out. It's a nice double entry. ZTR forced to try trade it. Gets the back line in, but this is not looking good at all, Mac.
Ooh, HE goes just around the corner off the impact. ZTR very fortunate to be alive there after the body block. But still, numbers flooding their way up the ramp. Smoke to try and block there for Torsen, but it's a little too late. There's already many Ts making their way into sight. ZTR unable to connect onto too much. It's Torsen trying to stop the cross. And Knife, in the meanwhile, grasping onto the cave control. Man advantage still there for Inner Circle. After all the mayhem, I don't know how long Dowie can live here. 12 health. And not giving Gamer Legion a single inch of information. But they know that there has to be one tucked away at default. Hypex just locking in, shifting forward. Should be able to find Dowie eventually. And now they know there's at least one member on the ramp side and can hopefully expect Knife to be tucked in cave. But that damage is too much for Gamer Legion to deal with. Torsen revealing with the sound that it is the white flag getting waved. 22 points of health, and the M4 will be carried to the next, but it's 4 in a row to kick off the series for Inner Circle.
This is big. They're bumping right now, Mac.
They're feeling themselves.
Yeah, it's good to see. This was nice, right? Opening flow of the round just comes out swinging. Big entries. It was a nice quick adjustment from Hypex. Spots the foot, but nothing more to be seen. Ooh, frustration tempered, but a round win nevertheless. Straight back to business.
Hypex, first and only line of defense it seems. Rez unable to get activated, and it's a very slow start for Gamer Legion. A lot of the individuals on this team generally known for being heavy fraggers and just not given any respect to get started.
Oh, God, you felt that one, didn't you?
Crispy. And yeah, it just feels like the boys from Ukraine coming in strong and showing what they're capable of. Here we go. PR, one opportunity with the dig, but won't find any more than just that. ZTR hoping to try and suffocate the economy, but the 5-7 not connecting. And that's another. These are fast rounds too. It's not like they're long and methodical. It's just eyes on the prize, going at the early to mid round and taking these sites out of the hands of Gamer Legion.
Yeah, they're just taking the fight to them, right?
Yeah.
Winning those duels. That's the crazy thing. You're just sort of blowing it wide open early into the game. It kind of makes sense why we've had this pulled in instantly, right? Try and get Ash on the mic, get that camaraderie back up, get the conversation in, fix tactically what's going wrong here if they've tunnel visioned a bit. But honestly, it just feels like you're just getting outshot.
I think this is more of a calming tech pause, you know, just obviously there'd be some kind of nerves going on at a 5-0 scoreline. But going into another gun round, you want to make sure you get one of these rounds on the board as soon as possible to try to fix the half before it gets too out of hand. Instant A pressure. Fast donut smoke as well as CT. Going to be coming out, and that's going to draw the instant rotation. 3 Gamer Legion members here already. Fleerax hoping someone walks into his trap as he's posted over towards Temple. The sound gets cut, and it's going to be a second wave of utility getting thrown in a moment. One-pronged approach. Oh, and they've waited just long enough to try to get Rez caught in rotation. He's jumping around at red, still close enough to try and assist on the A side, and in comes that second wave of utility.
PR outside front of them. Ooh, Donut trying to make the play.
Edging.
Nice from the back line, man. Rez reading them on contact. Hypex still holding. Meanwhile, you've got the CT flank on cover. Good shot. Onk goes down. Still on the bomb site. Trouble here. Oh, swing back from CT side. ZTR finds the play onto Dowie, and it's just down to the AWPer. He's been looking for a patient pick for so long, but no one's given him an inch.
Oh, Torsen knows. I think he's seen his little head poking off the back there. Silent drop, smoke, enough cover to buy an extra second on Fleerax's life, but that is off the back of a tactical. The first round found for Game Allegiant.
There you go.
One at a time.
Mentality. Yeah, one at a time, man.
And that'll be good to steady the mental. Early mid pressure as Inner Circle go back to what was working, and that's back towards that B site. Dowie straight out of heaven, won't be spotted instantly as Hypex holds a safer line from Donut.
God. Knife has been so sharp on some of these rounds. Again, here you find impact. Oh, Rez left spill down in Red Room as Dowie and Daddy combine together for some nice entries. And this is resulting in a Gamer Legion squad that's scrambling to find anything. Quick switch back onto the AWP for PR, trying to pick up the pieces, but you are swarmed. Map controls firmly in the hands of Inner Circle.
Yeah, those flashes just kind of nerfing the setup they had in Donut. Didn't allow Hypex to feel comfortable at all. Flashed off multiple times. Forced back towards that A site. Feeling like he had to try and find something to refrag Rez as well. But in the meanwhile, one of the two remaining CTs spotted, and with Torsen down, they know exactly where PR was playing from. Still running at him, showing no respect, just looking to frag out for a sixth. And I guess, look, you guys weren't here yesterday. I don't think they played it during that break. I was sitting down for most of the break. If you guys are wondering this whole Daddy thing, go and watch the lobby. I don't know if the lobby's up on YouTube yet, but it was there yesterday. Machine was doing the lobby with Inner Circle, was speaking to Can, and he said, "It's Can, right?" And then Can said, "Yes, but you can call me Daddy." So that's the Daddy thing, all right? That's it explained, and that's the only time today I'm going to explain it. We also asked him in the interview if it's okay, if we can also call him Daddy, or if it was just a Machine exclusive thing, like, you know, didn't want to cross any boundaries. But he said, yeah, you guys can call me Daddy. So he's cool with it.
Yeah, he was down. You know, I think he said, friends can call me Daddy.
Yeah.
We were like, all right, chill. That's big. We told him we were calling him Daddy. He said, I love that. He was well up for it. And mate, honestly, if there was anyone to sort of, you know, mid-tournament change their name, he's kind of been the Daddy in a lot of the games we've seen. He's been hitting some beautiful plays.
Yeah. I think it's relevant. And now you all know. There's the knowledge. We shared it with you. Now share it with your friends.
The law.
Flash in. Flash is ineffective, but the jumping UMP approach from ZTR is good for one. But the trades still need to come through from Gamer Legion. And that might happen with a timing play from Kia, who almost went down to Dowie. Must have been spotted there on the smoke fade. And the B-site defense is reinforced. 3 CTs here, only 2 Ts. And Onyx hoping he can maybe catch a timing, and he will onto PR.
Play made, space created, but Hypex still lurking towards mid-side here. Oh, you would have thought time might pay off, but it's Daddy with a sideline swing. That's a hurty-verty. Bullet straight to the brain. The AWPer sees it coming in crystal clear HD. Eke back from Rez, though. Rapid on the response, and we're in a 2v2. Bomb down at A, but it's not looking good for Gamer Legion, and the economy's in a real rough spot. It's probably just another one in the bag.
Rez going to give it a look in. If he can get this pick onto Can and Donut, then maybe there's a chance. Time still on the CT side for the moment. Flash there. Lovely little poppy. Just to set Inner Circle up for another. And Torsen making a ruckus towards CT, but it's still the bomb that they're waiting to be tapped. And Inner Circle locking in another. This T side is brutal for Gamer Legion to deal with.
Just can't find an answer, man. Can't find a way in.
I think I learned a couple of nice little defensive pop flashes yesterday as well from Inner Circle. I used them last night on Ancient. Very effective. Some on the B site. And I'm definitely pinching those easy ones from Can over to Donut too. Throw them in your strat book.
Yeah, implement those, man. Turn your pugs around.
Get yourselves some easy dubs, easy duels. All nade stack. Ineffective towards Banana. As Inner Circle are all here, grouped up again. And let's see if the punish pick can come through. Fleerax just off the line on the swing. And with the flash towards ramp, it's only Torsen caught in the open. A lovely couple of kills there to nerf the pistols from Gamer Legion. And Fleerax happy to fall back, realizing it's a B stack of sorts.
Yeah, there's a snake in the grass. Bomb coming back though, grab from T-Spawn, still just holding default on this. See if they can cut noise for a bit, if there's a over-rotation. Gamer Legion backing up, bit of info. Reading the room towards mid. ZTR now the only one on the site. If they can keep it clean, they are absolutely steamrolling through this half. It is a 5-7 in close range, but good utility set. You force it back, make it uncomfortable. Just tucks into the cubby.
ZTR opting just to play his life there. Didn't want to look for too much of a pick. And I guess exits and maybe an upgrade is probably the call here. You've also got Rez still with that M4 in hand. So if ZTR can manage to fashion himself an AK if he looks the right direction, then that would have been nice. But it's not a reality that we're living in. Fleerax off the line at the worst possible time. But they know that CT's clear. And this is what I love about Inner Circle. Even though they're so far ahead, they're still just doing all the right things to make sure their economy is as stable as possible. Keeping 5 alive here is crucial going towards the end of the half to make sure that they can get as many buys out of what they have in the bank as possible.
Yeah, string this one out for as long as you can. Good times keep on riding by right now, though. Inner Circle, living it large.
Oh,
there it is.
8-1 up and he hits him with it.
God, that's a gut punch, man.
Yeah.
It's rattled them so much, they have a chat about it. And fair enough, this needed to happen. Timeout called back in, see if there is any opportunities for a minor adjustment, bit of a course correction at least towards the tail end of this one.
Well, let's see how Ash's strike rate goes. So first tactical timeout into that other gun round was Gamer Legion's first and only round so far. And this is the second tactical. So we'll see if it's going to be enough from Ash to load Gamer Legion with enough to at least get a second and try to close out the half with 4. Best case scenario for them at the moment. And we're seeing Inner Circle go for a bit more of a spread across the map this time. Fleerax with the AWP towards Cave.
Wow.
Almost able to find ZTR after the plume of the smoke. And with that information, you can see Gamer Legion going for a bit of an early B-site stack just in case, but there's still also eyes towards main, eyes towards mid. And Inner Circle are positioned for an A-split.
Suffocating a lot of space out of this. Ooh, quick spot, Fleerax. He's been trying to make some cheeky plays into this one. His opening pathing in towards Cave. Now with a near miss towards the back of the site. Stalling them out on it. Bomb still in rotation. You can cut back off, see if you can make a move out. 50 seconds still on the timer. Smoke already thrown down towards the B site as well. Hypex close, pushing up towards the ramp side, just watching for the peek through. Could still be interesting. I mean, knife's been crisp. If you can hit some shots here, Mac, maybe there's room for the delay play.
Oh, can Fleerax get on this line? Perfect position to cut off the rotates, especially with 3 towards the A side. Hypex on 8 HP won't last too long unless he fights for himself here, and he'll get at least 1. But I don't know if that's going to be job done. Fleerax so sharp on the scope. Able to cut off yet another, and there's also the Lurker pushing out an A main knife in the back. It's lovely to see from Inner Circle. And these young guns, they are farming.
Yeah, they're popping off right now. Like, this whole game has just been a highlight reel of every player on the team. And there's been no downs here either. That's the thing. The energy level's been up the entire time, so they're just riding on cloud 9 right now, running through this game. A Gamer Legion squad that just can't find a way to get activated. Throw it to the wall again here, Max. Send Resin as the cannonball.
Bro, their average age is 20.2. Like, Dowie's only 18. I didn't realize they're that young. This is crazy.
No, they're giving it.
Playing incredibly well, considering how young every single one of them are. In comes the smokes. Hypex trying to go for the body block, but just barely misses it. Still has the edge to try to play around and maybe get the pick. PR trying to edge the smoke, but he's a little too far out. We'll just burn 100 to 0 without reacting at all. Maybe slightly flashed, couldn't hear it. Oh, Hypex can't find the planter in the smoke. And off the back of that, there's just so much damage done to the CTs. What do you do? If you can't find a pick, you're just saving again already. And that's for the final round of the half. Finally, a couple of picks going in favor of Gamer Legion. And maybe, just maybe, they can get back into the site, get back into the round. Flash across Donut, trying to send the boys out. Rez being the point man. Double main setup, and Onyx looking to swing for the first. They know they're on it. It's a full stick. And Knife won't peak in time. A second finally found for Gamer Legion. But is it too little, too late?
Ash sticking to the method, though, trying to keep them fired up. It's another round. They'll take that for what it is. But yeah, things looking a bit messy, man. But by no means was it particularly the cleanest round or repeatable, especially even just with the overall image of this half, right? We're so close towards the end of it. Oh, man.
Reaction. Did he not realize? Did he not hear that he was burning?
I guess not.
Maybe he was trying to move to that, like, perfect position on the edge of the smoke. Either way, it is a change in pace again. Inner Circle straight up the B ramp, rushing on the final round of the half. Torsen going to be able to cut him down, though, shutting them down with a huge triple. And it's Onyx blocking Hypex in the smoke. He's heard it. I think he's felt it. Knew that he'd stopped for a moment, and yeah, they've got an inkling that he's hanging around here somewhere.
He had that extra sensory power, man. He knew. Seen that hitch on the radar. All right, let's see if he can win the Horde survival lobby. He's in the 1 versus 5. Takes the first peek, and Rez has dealt with it. There we go. That's the end of the half then. 3 rounds to play with. Can Gamer Legion bring it back?
The Ukrainian youngsters with the half of a lifetime. All thanks to
Daddy
bringing it down, but Gamer Legion need to fire up here in the second half to try and
work their way out of the dungeon.
That's absolutely right. That's the epic affair we're dealing with here. You've got the storyline. Now see the action as it kicks off into the round. Scrambling already as Hypex falls. Gamer Legion looking to see what they can do with this.
solid start from Inner Circle already. And we'll see where they're going to end up here. Knife is the trap laid here over towards Jungle. Just looking to cut off any mid-pressure. And we'll try to send it back, but Onyx copping that dink might incentivize the push forward. And Torsen, well, he's got his knife out, didn't even bother to try to shoot back, hoping that ZTR could be the man to trade. And then we've got a 2v4, which is going to be hard to get back from. But PR looking to make ends meet here. Glock not looking the right way as
Daddy
again does it from long. It's looking rough. ZTR though, 1v3 angle, falls down. Too many players to get past, and
Daddy
once again closes out the round.
Yeah, it's a huge round from Daddy. He's absolutely popped off there, which is big to see. That's what you want, really. You know, laying the smackdown. Big round overall for Inner Circle. We're just still seeing consistent hot streaks from every individual. Like, so many prospects on this team that have been making it look consistent, man. They're handy with the steal. They're earning their keep right now here on Ancient. 10-3 scoreline. The funds have been reinvested, guns out to play with. Gamer Legion, it's just down to Toulson with the Deagle, realistically. If man can hit some heads, maybe there'll be a flash into the round. Opening towards A, there's a stack on B, so they can walk on in. Dowie, though, with the A1S, he'd be first contact, and there's a rotate back for Flareaxe.
Ooh, at range with the M4. It's a great position to be in, but with the boost across the top, he might not see them sneaking closer to sight. We're sending the numbers up. 2 up on plat, and Flareaxe. Ooh, whiffs at range, but we'll take a name. And it's going to be good for the first. Dowie down to 27, but doesn't want to overextend. Not with that knife here next to him to keep him alive. It's beautiful, it's flawless, and it's 11 for Inner Circle.
Keeping it consistent, it's been clean the whole way through, and that really hasn't fallen off at all. Nicely handled, quick trades. Ooh. They're barking. They're barking now. My God, Mac, we're getting new sounds again. They're innovating.
I love it. Just letting all the animals out of the barnyard. Exotic kind of barnyard, but we'll take it. Ooh, bit of action over to Banana and ZTR. Fortunate to be alive here, looking at the map, hoping he can survive and get back to any form of a safer area. In the meanwhile, though, Rez out of the mix. And it feels like Inner Circle are just doing such a fantastic job at punishing all of the, I guess, star names that Gamer Legion bring into the game. PR out of it. Rez not here. Only 8 and 12. Barely given many opportunities to actually play his A game. The thing he's known for, right?
Yeah, dude, it's been a very suffocating game. Very limiting rounds to see too much other than just Inner Circle mopping the floor. Just under about 45 seconds left on the clock here into the 15th. The 3 Gamer Legion players, the limited HP pool to play with, grouped up together. Daddy defending the doorway. And he says no to the first. Incendiary dashed as well, creates a bit of space. A divot. And that's all it is. A small step away from Inner Circle getting themselves to map point on this one. With Toulson falling to Oink. There we go.
This is punishing. Anything that I guess was going wrong for them yesterday, they've gone and looked at overnight and made a couple of changes. GL, I guess not quite expecting the firepower that Inner Circle were going to bring to the table here. And I know it's only map 1. I know Overpass is probably going to be a completely different affair, but if Inner Circle are shooting like this and they're confident moving into map 2, We could be in for a quick morning show today, Jackie.
I would be blitzing. If they're able to keep this up, mate, I would be gobsmacked, but it's been looking good up to this point. This is at least a nice opener for Gamer Legion, but has it come far too late? Daddy's down. ZTR makes a play, but look at this. Flareaxe, no one checks the quick snap. And that might be the straw that breaks the camel's back here.
Oh, good damage. Actually tagging both the T's towards Banana with that little pre-fire through the smoke. Res damn low. But that is going to be an AK now retrievable, I believe. Yeah, picked up by PR. So we'll see how the trades go and what ZTR can continue doing. He showed face earlier, shoulder a little too much shoulder though, over towards Red Room. And that's going to swing the numbers back in favor of Inner Circle, putting them in prime position to close out Ancient. Onyx just spotting and hoping he can catch a timing, but PR might be able to thread the needle. Rez as well. One crispy shot could maybe take the head off of these players' shoulders, but Knife getting the job done, and 2 at long is too much to deal with. 13-3. Absolute masterclass out of Inner Circle here on Ancient.
Yeah, they've come in dominant, mate. Absolutely swinging. It wasn't a flash in a pan. I guess, you know, it's sustainable CS that's being played from them here. And again, they've shown up another...
To me, would lend itself to Hypex's, I'd say, pros more so than the cons coming into this game. I guess that he would probably have the most experience with the likes of Inner Circle. I'm not aware if Apogee and TNL were going toe-to-toe regularly, but I can only assume that they were because, you know, they were at the same level. So he should be ready for what's getting thrown at him from Inner Circle today, and let's see what they can do here on the T side to start.
Yeah, they roam in similar circles, so let's see what sort of shape we're going to get out of this pistol round as we open it up. Inner Circle T side start on CT side, rather, waiting for the push to come knocking in. Knife at the back of the site towards Graffiti. They've already got a bit of space here. Flareaxe is quick with it, but site control crumbling. It's a better start for Gamer Legion, and that one leaves a dent.
Oh, a little more dents getting made, although Hypex, it's awkward. Wanted to get that plant down, but he saw the push out of heaven, and somehow he is alive. Daddy going to be turning around and will fall to Rez. Meanwhile, nice little sneak in from PR. And all the pieces go their way. We'll see GL take the pistol and find their first lead here in the series.
All right, so Inner Circle getting hit with a full shot cockroach from Gamer Legion. So they've taken a leaf out of their playbook.
I think you kind of want to take that, right? You're happy with it?
Yeah, if you can, yeah.
But the force on the second here from Inner Circle, I wouldn't say it's a super common thing on the CT side, but they are just going to be brawling for that short control and almost gifted a little bit more as ETR shows face in con.
Okay. Ooh, bit of info as well on the jump spot. Didn't expect the second man for the quick reboost. So Dowie's up top now with the MP9. Still, opening pick. Limited chip damage on Dowie and Daddy. You're not in too bad of a spot in a round here. A bit of a reshuffle in terms of the posture. Bombs on the back of Hypex, and he's going to make his marathon the whole way back up, round towards frontside toilets, link up with the squad. ZTR running interference. Nice nade, though. Right on target. Ooh, and a great read with a boost. That's some big impact.
Oh, Can getting a wealth of information, playing close towards the front of bathrooms there. And Flareaxe trying to spin around, but won't be able to get much done in time. Knife has ran into a Molotov. So that was something. Couldn't see a thing with the flash, I'd assume. And Onyx left in a difficult position to play from, 1v4. But beautiful entries from Gamer Legion, hitting the go button. And capitalizing on Inner Circle, caught in transition. Hypex from the back, going to be able to take his first for the map. And Gamer Legion, a strong start, getting past the force buy from Inner Circle.
Yeah, nice to see. Tried to hit him with something a little bit more aggro. Catch him sleeping, just in case. But good attacks mounted so far on the T side. You'll take the first two. Already the temperature in the room looks a whole lot better for them. But for Inner Circle, as soon as they get weapons back, it'll be a different narrative. The Eagles could still pack a punch, though. Early contact, close round towards connector. ZTR zipping in. He's trying to clear this out. Knife's been so crisp, Mac. Wouldn't be surprised he gets one. Ooh. I mean, kinda. Not how I expected it, but yeah.
Set himself up to cause a bit of a nuisance, cause a stir. Oh, missed chance. Also looked good from Dowie, but just couldn't quite lock on. And Torsen get the info on that rotation back from Fleerax. Knows that he's tagged him up as well, and with the short control. GL still trying to figure this one out. Onic not quite ready for that swing from PR. And the numbers getting more and more spotted towards this B site. Can now, with just a deagle, missed his arguable one opportunity to make this one happen. Another bullet in the body, but PR living. And Fleerax now 1v4. Just looking to do as much damage as possible. And every dollar going to count here. So he'll go for the Mach 10 approach instead and hope that he can find an exit.
That would be the gift if someone comes a knocking. Towson might. No, second guesses it. Exit together. Everyone goes back out through the short pipe towards spawn. Get away safely. He'll get a bit of a backup so he doesn't get ruined by the bomb blast.
Terrorists win.
There it is.
Not too bad, not too bad. Gamer Legion changing the pace, changing the momentum of the series with a 3-0 start. Missed Incent. Looking like Inner Circle may not be as well versed on Overpass as what we saw from them on Ancient. Just going for the 1-4 stack, maybe expecting another B-site hit. Only can play in the A site and already back on site, not trying to hold on to toilets till long, just spotting for information. It's a good read though. Looks like Gamer Legion will be starting to shift the numbers back towards this B site, so it could be an all-in brawl.
That's what we want, mate. Bit of street brawling coming our way. Ooh, here we go. They bait them for the face first of all. On it goes down. PR with a good package for 2. Gets the entry. Back at the bomb site as well. I mean, you're tucked in towards graffiti here, but the nades, it's nice. Meaty damage to make it a bit more uncomfortable. Follow-ups right on target as well. Numbers dwindling, Mac. It's looking uncomfortable for a retake. Knife's down on the side, but he just wants to get away.
Oh, line up there, but the two-man swing is too much for Knife to deal with. And it's Can looking to save. But can he? Is the question we should be asking. 1v4. And Gamer Legion, plenty of cash in the bank, so they're just going to be going for the early hunt. Torsen can sniff out an upgrade from that MP9. Can starting to make his way towards Playground. Won't be found by any of the GL members.
Terrorists win.
And there you go. Each team showing their prowess on their map picks. Fleerax, 2 HEs, and he is done. Both off the backboard. Sending it back.
Ooh, gained him a little bit.
Yeah, seems to be.
I feel like we saw that a lot yesterday, though, where it seemed like, you know, within the space of the round, it would frustrate some of them. Daddy, you'd see kind of, you know, reacting quite viscerally, but then shaking it off as soon as the next round started. So maybe it's just how they get it out of their system, you know? We see it with some players, that quick kind of burst of, all right, I'm back, forget about it.
Yeah, it's full reset.
Yeah, exactly. Some of them just deal with it slightly different, so it is quite interesting. But it does not seem to have affected Onyx gameplay in some of the previous outings. This one a little bit quiet off the draw, but you never know, man. Once they get another buy back into it, see if they can correct things on the CT side. It's been good for GL, though. This is more of the form we expected.
Full control towards that B site for Inner Circle, but not much towards Long, and that might be the difference maker for the round. Game Allegiant now on full contact, cutting sound, and there isn't going to be a shift up towards the A site in time. Flea racks, front toilets, gone, and that is going to be the A site in the hands of Game Allegiant. Can trying to bring the M4 to the party in time to have a shot at the round, but I dare say it's looking pretty savvy. As players staying down towards B. You save the Kevlar, you got extra util in the next. It's not too bad. And Game Allegiant, with contact up Lon, you know that they have so much utility to play with. And Torsen still just taking names with the MP9 there. So an overall lackluster round. And PR, he didn't even really need to leave T-spawn. Can you see those boots? Can you see that strafing? I don't think you can. Looked like Darry was on the stairs, but that'll be that. Another round. Oh. Ash has left the TeamSpeak.
Yeah. Get that resolved. Quick tech pause on it. All pretty autopilot so far, though, mate. You know, it's kind of just cruise control for them. Overpass starting out as Game Allegiant would hope. Bringing the beans throughout the first few. It's been good response. PR swinging as well to kick it off early. So, yeah, not too bad for the T side. Like you said, you know, kind of just being able to eyeball this one. Let it coast on through. Maybe a bit of a break in the tempo for a sec, just as they resolve the issue for Ash there, I guess.
Ref getting it sorted. Inner Circle coach just trying to keep the vibes good in the lineup, considering this is the first time in a hot minute it feels like Inner Circle in this series have faced any dramas. Ooh. What's going on here? We're talking with eyes.
Yeah, the subtle nods. Trying to keep themselves entertained throughout the tech pause as best as you can. But hey, man.
Interesting.
Mac, do you think you could fit into one of these referee hoodies? Or do you think you'd have to, like, remove the sleeves just for the arm stature?
I'd definitely fit into them. I think they'd make my size. You know, I'm humble in that regard. But would it look like you're more of a, you know, stronger referee? More of a, you know, that figure of authority if the arms were off? Right. Is that the question we're looking for here?
I suppose, yeah, I didn't think about it that way, but I suppose it would be a bit more intimidating, wouldn't it, if you were just standing behind the players with your sleeves ripped off. Maybe if it's not even an official referee hoodie as well, you've made it yourself, you'd look quite imposing. It would feel like you weren't supposed to be there. We'd probably have to have you removed, Mac.
I'd like to see him try.
Oh, hang on. It's on wait. It's on a move. It's on a move. Here we go.
Hang on. Come on. What's he doing? Can we get another angle? Can we go to the next player's player cam? Just see what he's doing to the... Oh, show the front!
We were so close. What was he doing, though? There was something happening there.
Who's on his right? I think we need... Oh, Dowie's got a little man. Wait, is that a football player? I know that's definitely like a football jersey.
Oh, what did we have there? Giraffe?
Yeah, was that
And
a
he's
horse
got
or a giraffe?
I think it was a giraffe.
Giraffe, okay.
It was a giraffe.
Oh, there
my
we
God. We're getting a lineup of the talismans. We didn't even know. These were hidden away.
Who's Dowie got? Yeah, the player cams are getting larger. So they've been hiding the talisman. But look, good to see.
This is amazing. This is revolutionary stuff we're learning now.
Oh, hell yeah.
Mate, you know what?
I see law builds.
Here's a crazy one for you as well. I bet you didn't know this. You see that giraffe that he's got on his desk there, that little talisman?
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that giraffes have such a big appetite that they spend most of their time awake eating? And they can get through up to 45 kg of leaves and twigs a day.
45 kilos of leaves.
And twigs.
I don't think there'd be enough trees to grow that many leaves. That's wild.
I know, mate. It's crazy, right? But yeah. They're pretty cool. They live up to about 40 years. They can live around for a while. So you can see some old giraffes. They fight with their necks as well. Do you know that?
Yes, no, I've seen that. That's wild. They just like throw their heads at each other and whack each other with the middle of their necks. It doesn't look
like dinosaurs, man.
Yeah, it looks like they definitely need to see a physiotherapist after each fight. Like the neck pain that they'd experience would be crazy.
Hey, probably quite painful. Yeah, would be a bit upsetting.
Different for sure. I have some lore. It's coming from Jonas, and it's more CS related.
Okay.
So, Gamer Legion. They're a Berlin CS org.
Mm-hmm.
They have a boot camp in Berlin.
Mm-hmm.
And Overpass is a Berlin map.
Okay.
Maybe that's why they're so good at it.
So what you're trying to tell me here, Mac, is that you've uncovered some kind of conspiracy about a matrix, and in reality, this is all a simulation for them to practice in Overpass at the Gamer Legion boot camp.
That's what I'm thinking. That's probably why they're so good at it, you know?
Okay.
There's a link there, you know, if you really want to put the pieces together. Is Cash in Ukraine?
It's like based on Chernobyl, isn't it? Like, I think.
Hang on, Cash.
I like the setting because that's like the backdrop.
Wait, I've searched on HLTV for some reason. I don't think that takes place.
That's it. Yeah, it's not.
Actually, I reckon Twitch chat will get us. Twitch chat will get us in about 15 seconds. It's showing me on my PC where my cache location is, so that's awesome.
That's going well.
My overall cache.
The Mac cache. Make sure to update your Mac cache, or your Mac might underperform. You've got to keep your Mac clean, happy, recharged overnight. Order your Mac today from ProLeague/Mac.
There you go. Pripyat, Ukraine. So, in theory, off the back of that, Inner Circle are the next up-and-coming best cache team ever when cache, hopefully, at some point in the future, maybe in the near future at the major, gets put back in the pool.
Unexpected cache return, eh? I think they might throw a Tuscan curveball at everyone.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Reckon?
Yeah, man. They own it. They've owned it for a while, so might as well.
True. That's true.
Imagine that. Cheeky remade Tuscan. It's updated, out of nowhere.
I think we're open to question time. Chat, we have no ETA on this tech pause, so we're checking with you guys again. Also, quickly, don't go and complain about what we're talking about during a tech pause, because we could go to a break. Do you want to go to a break and just watch the other game? I don't think so. You know, this is the talk show. Oh, both. Okay, there's things going on both streams. So we are full question time here on the B stream. If you guys want to drop any questions here in the Twitch chat, feel free. We'll answer them, myself and Jackie.
Let's lock in. Let's fill it. Let's go full story time. Hello, guys. Welcome. Should we do roll call at least?
I think it's a good time to do roll call.
All right.
I think
do you want to get the register?
I'll go get the register. I'll be back in about a minute with the register. Okay.
All right, mate. That's all right. He's going to go get the register. He's going to get that prepared so we can kind of figure out, obviously, who's here and what's going on. Welcome back, guys. Of course, if you are present and you were here in day one, remember there's going to be a quiz at various points. So please make sure you keep in track of the random facts that will be given out. And dial in. Strap in with us. We're going to be guiding you through some various things once Mac returns with his tome. With it, well, I imagine maybe a whiteboard and like some various different articles. We'll see what he comes back with. He could have had something prepared behind the scenes. You never really know where it's going to go. But we're here for you. So just stay with us. And yeah, that's right, the giraffes can eat the leaves. Those aren't just for the commercials. Up to 45 kg per day. An incredible animal, really. Ooh, something even more incredible. We've had word that it's all back. The giraffes, the tech giraffes, have been able to see into the issues in the trees, resolve those, and we're back at it then. Okay, so 5-0, Gamer Legion returning to the server. Let's see what Inner Circle can do on their opener here, back into the 6th.
That's
You're right,
wild.
Mac.
Oh, yeah, I've got the register, but we're back into the game. We don't even need
it.
Wild.
It's all right. We've just gone live. The giraffes are ready.
I'll take one question quickly. Brisbane or Melbourne NRL Grand Final next week? Who you got? It has to be Melbourne because, you know, you can't go for the Broncos as a Blues supporter. Anyway, back to the esports, away from the IRL sports. A slower approach to the round from Gamer Legion, just taking their time, filling their way back in after the momentum has shifted from the elongated technical pause. Slowly towards the front of toilets. And Inner Circle, they're changing the setup. They're going heavier towards long. I like it. Fleerax posted. And Knife, who is yet to find a frag as well as Onic here. On overpass. They're going to start searching. Onic hoping he can find something with the wallbang. But with 40 on the clock, this B-side exec is coming in red hot.
Here we go then. Pedal to the metal. PR leading the charge. Wants to see if he can smoke him on contact, but there's backup on the site. Onic with the first. Trade's good, but they need more than that. Ooh, good work done. Dowie up close, catches them sleeping. Towson takes the fight back on short side. And it's exchange blows the whole way through, leading us to the 2v2. Dowie with a spam, keeping them guessing. They're so low, but PR hits the headshot. And it's left on the AWPer, a 1v2, but an uncomfortable clutch. Trying to find where they are. Pre-scoped, walks up. Oh, time ticking away. This only gets worse the longer it goes on. Exposed to the site, and PR takes away 4.
So close to their first round on the board, but Gamer Legion doing it again. And coming out of the pause with another round stacked onto the tally. Good couple of picks from the individuals on the B side, but it just still was not enough. And as you mentioned, inches in it. Kind of unfortunate that it was Fleerax with the AWP of all things to try to clutch that. But still CT sided. Map of 2 halves. And we'll see if Inner Circle at some point are going to be able to crack the egg. This time changing it up and going for a more aggressive approach towards long. Trying to hunt for, I guess, earlier information. And, oh, punish missed. Fleerax ready for the jump. Just couldn't get the full connection. Rez, flash close. It spotted the fall off, and the 2-man setup is too much for ZTR and Rez. This time, IC in a very solid position to put their first on the board, but with the long control, Gamer Legion realized that's a long rotation back to B, so they're trying to bring the bomb down and get to that B site quick smart.
See if they can wrap onto this. Hypex still been relatively quiet. We haven't really seen much of a chance for him to shine yet. Even with Gamer Legion picking up the bulk of these rounds. And this is one you're going to be more tested on as well. 45 seconds left on the timer. He's a bit suspicious about a backstab from Connector. Good setup on the site. In a circle. They want to grab this one, make sure it's signed, sealed, and delivered. Boost play. PR's been crisp. Can he get in with it? Molly cast forth. Burns him off the angle. Good for an entry. Trade's not there yet. Knife looking, but PR, he's still hitting heavy, man. It hasn't stopped. PR has been so crisp. And again, in this round, he rips through them. PR looking to close it, but Flareaxe denies that one. 12 seconds left on the clock. Bomb cold on the ground. And he swings out to give Hypex the chance.
That is wild. That would have been probably the best ace of the tournament so far if he managed to close that 5th shot. Those were crispy. I mean, hearing some good things about PR lately, and now we're seeing those good things result in a couple of picks. Hypex locking in for the final pick, which keeps it clean, 7-0. And there's still so much money for Gamer Legion to play with already here in the half. Hypex almost maxed out with 13.7k after the buy, and it's a faster approach towards the B site, hoping that there's less utility from Inner Circle. And they've already lost a member, if not more. Knife just hoping he can shut the door on this pump, but it's just the Riflers opening things up over and over and over again. And it leaves Flareaxe again in a situation where he has to try to do it 1vx.
Mate, how do you answer it? Hitting them with such tempo, they're just barraging their way into B, and there's no potential to stop it. Even in the prior round, like such a manpower advantage, good spot to be in. Everything's just falling through their fingertips. These rounds are being turned to gold by Gamer Legion, and this is just going to keep it going. I mean, flawless half, up to 8. When's it end, Mac? Can we get off the Gamer Legion ride? Is it even possible?
At the moment, it feels like there is no stops. There is no breaks on the Gamer Legion train here on Overpass. And they're just constantly, you know, making all the right choices. The B-site defense of Inner Circle just doesn't seem to have any cohesion, and I think that might be the main issue. Right, they're all sort of fighting together. It looked like they were positioned to try and do a bit of a trick play if they came out, but then the one molly towards Toxic was enough to just find that first opening. And from there, things just go south so fast, it's crazy. So as soon as Gamer Legion got a taste of what that victory could look like, they were all in.
They ain't stopped. There's no hokey cokey on this one, right? Once they went in, they did not come back out, mate. Inner Circle slowed them down a lot. Hasn't been the same sort of round flow to keep them energized as well when they're giving it the bigger, when they're yelling. It only really takes 1 or 2 rounds, though, to wake them back up. That has been the good bit about resilience with this team. Even if they start to get quiet, it can be fixed. Fixing the CT side, though, with what's left of the half, that gets a whole lot harder. I don't hate it, actually. The MAC-10, the daddy shotgun pickup, you know what? Mate, it works. It does cook. You hit the head heavy. If they push into him, could be good. Right now, though, no one close towards toilets.
I think the main issue is, this round, no one's even having a look towards that A site. Although, short control is here from the CTs. We're going to see a boost up. Lovely for Knife, finally. Getting a couple of entries. And surely this is going to be enough. If they can retrieve these rifles at the back of Con, maybe even get a bit of extra information, they could certainly be on for a round. And I think this is what was missing. We were talking about, you know, cohesion and the teamwork from Inner Circle, maybe not working on the B site, but this time we got more than that. They got short control, but are they going to overcook it? Knife gets info on one of the 3 remaining members. And there's another. Big triple so far. And the eco into this one is turning out like it might look like a full buy off the back of it.
Yeah, this is carnage. And you're being ushered forward as well. You come up close towards front toilets. Oh, there could be a playmate here. Reel them in. Go fishing with that shotgun. Good tags, though. Rez making the plays to make it winnable. Hypex with the quick tap. Suddenly it's all started to unravel. Mac, it was looking guaranteed. But Onic with a clothesline slams back into him for 2 and denies that. It got a little bit worrying. Could have been so good on the freebies, but it's still around.
Love this. You don't see that too often, but the timing of the boost couldn't be more perfect. And I thought with Rez starting to fire up on those 2 shots, maybe it's another round. Another 2-man disadvantage, 1 from Gamer Legion. Daddy showing a bit of the stress there on the player cams. Not happy with how he's playing there. And a quick tactical going to be taken. This time from Gamer Legion. They wanted it to be flawless. And if they can get 11 on this half, that's, I feel like that's enough to seal up the present.
Boy, oh boy. Right on, we go again. Let's see if the blender continues. Oh, Hypex! Near miss on contact, but luckily Torsen's there to assist. And Knife does get 1 reply back. He's quick with the moves as well, so he can dip out a couple taps there from the end of the flames, but gets alive. And still, decent chip damage back onto him, Max. There's room in the round. Oh, Flareax with the nutmeg. What's going on?
Awkward angle to try to fight halfway up the slide. And these flashes just forcing him back, but giving space for Gamer Legion to regroup over towards Fountain instead. Fleerax just locking down long with Knife not too far away at the long bathrooms instead, which gives a lot of space straight down the middle of the map for Gamer Legion to contact through bathrooms and just take that A site. Although Knife starting to make a move at a right moment. Can hear that util getting dumped. Eyes on him. But he's happy just with the man advantage. And Hypex, ooh, spinning the way. I think Fleerax just spotted him. And ZTR, an awkward plant in the edge of the smoke will not necessarily be for a toilet's post plant, but that's kind of where they find themselves. And ZTR going to fall in the meanwhile. Knife making another move over towards long, really starting to fire up towards the end of this first half. And Fleerax finds the final man. It's finally a clean one out of inner circle to put 2 on the board and start to stabilize the economy.
Yeah, locking it in, getting themselves a little bit more of a groove. And potentially showing us that maybe there is a little bit more steam just towards the end of this half. An upwards draft perhaps. Some nice shots, starting to look a whole lot more heated in a few of the individuals again. Overall, this is still going to take quite a journey for them. If you want to match the output that we've been seeing from Gamer Legion, start to tie that scoreline up. But a start is absolutely what we needed, and this is a good sign for it. Weapons to work with once again as well. Flareax has that scope towards mid-side, and it's Daddy that's actually pushed through, looking to make the play. It's picture perfect, even the backup delivers.
This is crazy. I'm going to assume that they missed the monster smoke on purpose just to try to face there, because they did go for the fight instantly. And that's the only assumption I'm going to make this round. Everything else is just lovely shots coming through from everyone. Can doing God's work over towards long repositioning. And will happily give up the objective and allow Torsen to try and play. Holy hell, I only just looked at the kill tally. PR 17 and 5. I know he was fragging, but I didn't realize he was hitting that hard. Almost the one-man army.
He was like the, what, autopilot B entry machine, dude. It felt like you just sent PR in. It was the robot aim of snap, snap, snap. He had that huge round as well. Yeah, he by and large has been dragging them, kicking and screaming into every round.
Counter-terrorists win.
Lovely couple of shots. Fleerax locking in. Not missing some of the easy ones we've seen so far. Arguably, he's also had a very hard game. Rotating, trying to win 1vx's time after time down towards that B site. And a bit more of a split, a bit more of a default coming out from Gamer Legion this time. No matter what happens from here, though, 8 is certainly more than enough to instill a lot of confidence. Nice little lineup for the spray knife. Barely any chip damage, but connects onto ZTR for at least a little. Front toilet smoke. And Gamer Legion showing their hand that they are looking for a little bit of map control before deciding where they want to go. Is this an... Have they done that on purpose? It has to be. It's miscomms?
Right, maybe? I don't know.
Is it just Knife missing that? Because he was the only one over towards Dumpster to potentially throw it. This is... It's looking funky. A re-smoke on Monster at the minute mark means there's still going to be time to hit this B site. Gamer Legion keeping a tally on that util, and there's not much left to play with in terms of smokes for Inner Circle. But they are going to start to send the numbers back down towards this B site, and I think that's a good call, especially with Knife starting to take control. Might get in behind the T's. There it is, the activation. Finding the first and setting up an awkward crossfire from Con and Sight. This is looking weird now. Gamer Legion, just when it looked good, it gets turned around on its head. Onic finding the last couple, and it's 8-4 at the half. Is that going to be enough for Inner Circle to salvage a chance at a 2-0? I don't think so, but let's find out just after the break.
Gamer Legion have been able to overpass their troubles so far here, but can they maintain that into the second half? Slight comeback for Inner Circle, but it came at the tail end of a beating there, Mac. So I wonder if they're going to have any fight left in them now.
I guess we'll find that one out together. They have been pretty solid on the pistol games, so we'll see what they do here. All grouped up, looking to pressure the long side. Rez ready and waiting. He's had a pistol round in this time, and he hears these footsteps coming. Tree, not necessarily the greatest amount of cover. Oh, and he won't have those crispy shots he's known for. Hypex hoping that he can get back to site in time. Spotted in transition. And off the back of this, it is long bathrooms control back to Con. Looking like almost one of the puggiest strats of all time. And, oh, Knife in the meanwhile going to be falling with that pressure from Torsen. Julie's in hand. Close range, the place you definitely want to be. And it's going to be spotted over towards Woodside. Glock's just looking to find him, but with the smoke in hand, they'll get him eventually. And there's going to be a lot of space to plant, although no smoke at heaven means PR could be the difference maker. Won't peak in time to stop that one. Fleerax open plant. They've got the maze control. And things getting really awkward. We're having smoke push gameplay. Dowie ready for it. ZTR hitting the ground. And now it's PR and Hypex to try to win it in the 2v4. First hurdle found. But I don't know if there's going to be too much leaping going on. I think PR has full Kevlar still available, as well as Hypex. And you can see they're backing away, looking to save. And it'll be a force into the second, I'd believe.
Mate, that was a bit of an uncomfortable one. The smoke plays.
Yeah.
Just bumping into each other multiple times. Oh, it did get a bit worrying. You know, you sneak out onto the site, was thinking maybe there was room. Timing was so slick as well off the plant, just to dip down into water, avoid the fight. Yeah, really uncomfortable. But a pistol round they'll walk away with. They're going to be happy to win out on that one. You know, answered some of the questions. I thought it was a nice first pick from Towson, but in the end, the smoky sight delivered, and it will be a B play. Okay. They're starting to bring it back. The noises are still there, Mac. This is good signs into the second half. Take a pistol, they've got the energy to play with, and there's a mixed bag investment back for GL. Let's see.
Yeah, definitely some nice early signs for the half. See if the momentum can continue here. Spacing good for the four players, all just looking to get any information. Tagging the Fleerax, Hypex, looking to show his scout prowess. But with the tag, he is looking to allow the others to be the baggers. The binmen, so to speak. And it's a nice little setup here over towards the bathrooms, side by side, and just waiting for someone to fall into the trap. And there it is. Rez going to be taking the first with that 5-7. ZTR trying to soften him up with the MP9 and won't be able to escape the fate that Inner Circle are sending their way. PR spotted with the scout over towards Long and will be collapsed on in just a second or so. And it's Torsen last alive, who will carry the FAMAS across into the next, but it was beautifully executed. They're going to be hunting for a little bit more. Is this a little too much? Or is it just enough?
Yeah, I think it's the Goldilocks amount, you know, just the right helping. They're going to get through with this. They're going to be happy. 4 guns brought into the next. Get the nice little feed cam angle here. Back in action.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. These boots were made for Counter-Strike. And they've been putting the foot down in the game. Well, they were initially. It's kind of slowed down a bit, man. PR, you know, you needed some backup from the boys. If this is the rude awakening from Inner Circle, could very well be a game on our hands right now.
Definitely moving in that direction.
Terrorists win.
6 big rounds now on the T side. And this next round should be an easier one than what we just witnessed. Just that FAMAS to get past. So we'll see where Gamer Legion place it. 4-1 split. Just Rez looking for info with the Deagle. And I dare say this FAMAS is going to be boosted up somewhere or put in the position to trade. Molly smoke. And boost onto the sandbag. So this is where it's going, and it might be all the way to Monster. I don't think we've seen this yet in the couple of maps of Overpass we've played. And that's good info that there's not much going on over towards the monster side of things. And Rez getting the info towards the A side. So expect that boost to potentially come back again since it wasn't seen by Inner Circle. Owie, crispy. And that's going to be the Famis on the ground, kind of in an open position. Dowie, no one close to trade, but he don't need it initially. PR going to be spotted on the side and kind of locked into an awkward position, which he'll get naded out from. Great utility from Inner Circle, and it should just be, you know, T's crossed, I's dotted, or other CT's going to be playing in awkward enough positions to maybe make this one work. Famis can't get the job done, but they will chip away at that T economy somewhat.
Looks scary though, didn't it? Quite close towards the mark there. Opportunities for shenanigans and a few of those setups towards the tail end. Still, another one in the back. Going to be happy with the outcome overall the round. Keep it oppressive, take away any of this sort of momentum or potential factor back into the game for Gamer Legion. This will be the next best test yet. Now, CT side whooping style for Hypex. Curious on this one if we'll start to find some form, potentially even just a way to crowbar open some of these rounds. Posturing towards B with it early. It's Rez that makes the play at mid-side. They're already close towards Fountain as well. This is looking to potentially be quite an aggressive hit towards A.
Brakes pumped. Inner Circle. Not getting too over-ambitious for any part of the map. And after using some, you know, progressive utility over towards that A site, they will just regroup fully back towards Monster. So looking just to pump it out towards that B site. Torsen gifted a form of information. The shot's coming back. Heaven smoke there, no flash towards short, but it doesn't matter. Daddy doing the shooting and going to be able to open for the double. Torsen trying to make ends meet, looking to lock in the water side. Fleerax actually finishing off knife there, but the last couple of bullets get it done for even more. And it's all up to Rez in the 1v2 who's been set up for success. Can on 25 points of health. And Inner Circle not forcing the plant yet.
Bomb has been planted.
Rez silently making his approach. Low HP there, down to 25, tucking in close towards water. Separated, Rez dabbling with the timing, a bit paranoid about where the backstab's going to come from, trying to clear short pipe first before he makes his move up. 43 HP, angle being faced upon. Gets a bit of room towards the site, but time eating away. No room to make the maneuver. 8 to 8 tied up, the bullet lands.
As a Ukrainian.
Not too great, mate, but I can tell you what, if he said that was a sick round from me, I'd say, yeah, it absolutely was, mate.
Terrorists win.
We'll take it. Chat, any Ukrainians that can translate for us and see how accurate Jackie was? I think you're on the money.
Probably. I mean, he certainly has been, right? Round in, round out, back to his form.
Yeah, getting there. There's a lot of ha-ha-has in the chat. He said suck.
Right, he's dropped the big suck on him.
The big suck on him. What a thing to say. Anyway. 4-man crunch from Gamer Legion over towards short. With ZTR jumping, hoping he's not going to get caught out there over towards Monster side. Hypex with the head taken. Puts it on the stake and is looking for more. Torsen here with the Hero M4 will catch a timing onto Fleerax, who won't be able to react. And now it might just be shooting fish in a barrel. Smoke there for ZTR to play around, gets another, and this is getting precarious.
Tightrope walk up around. Don't let this one slip. Torsen with the lineup, trying to spam through, but the bullets not quite hitting the target. This one's stalling out a little bit. Don't have the full read of where both of the CTs are coming for, though. So they have that element of surprise to play with. PR walks out, gets himself down with the AK. Daddy suspicious about the top. Oh, sees the sliver of the head though. Time still nipping at them. They've got to get moving on with this one. Daddy walking up for the back line. Got it covered. Good adjustment. Torsen stuck on the site. He's low on health. It's blowing up in his face. And they take the lead.
Much needed tactical just to slow down the pace that Inner Circle are setting. That's 8 in a row now off the back of their little streak of rounds at the end of the first half. So far, ooh, flawless and fiery here in the second half.
He's giving it. Absolutely giving it. Glad to see the comeback, though. I mean, it's good to see that they still had fight in them. You know, we were saying this is a team that weirdly, when they're down, the heads fall, even if it's been a hard game. Couple rounds, they can reactivate, and they've never stopped since. So if they can just keep this through and through, man, 2-0, that's on the cards. That's on the prospect. That's what Gamer Legion were looking to deny.
Let's see if they're expecting a pace change. We are seeing all 5 members of Inner Circle straight towards the B site. Torsen gets a bit of chip damage. Done through the monster smoke and knife with short control. Has no one stopping him from making his way in. And it's going to be the, 15-second hit. Boom. Daddy able to make the trade happen. And we're down to a 3v4 already. Gamer Legion hoping ZTR can lock it in on water, but those flames keeping him at bay. Forced out of the pit. I love that. Off the top of the overpass, just forcing him into the open. ZTR dealt with, and it is save time for Gamer Legion. Hypex can't find a thing through the top of the smoke. And that was well executed. Inner Circle bringing the pain here in the second half.
Yeah, really crisp. And that embodied so much more as well, right? That's some of the elevations we're seeing from this team throughout their run so far at EPL over both of these games. They've had some great signs of life mechanically, but we're seeing it with the team play as well there. It was a good heads-up call with the nade set. Just getting so much off the back of these openings. Even when they're uncomfortable fights, the way they're playing off one another, it gives them more room to breathe. 10 rounds locked in. Huge mental fortitude to grind this one back. You know, they blew them out of the water back on Ancient. Gamer Legion were coasting through, and a lot of that was B hit after B hit, with PR picking the heads off. Shoes on the other foot now, Mac. They're making it look like that's exactly what's happening all over again.
It's crazy, just the polarity that we have from Inner Circle in the first half to the second half. They just love to be on the aggressive, it seems. And that was so hard for ZTR to play after losing the other 2 site members. Like, floor was lava. Wasn't allowed to play headshot, wasn't allowed to go for fights, and then forced into the open. You better believe I'm stealing that molly. That was mad. Great utility usage. And as you can see, incense just dumped everywhere for Gamer Legion. Expecting Inner Circle to continue just pushing and forcing these fights to happen. And if they can isolate Rez here and maybe catch a timing on him, it might be the first time in a while which we've seen Inner Circle go towards the A site.
Maybe a change of scenery then, perhaps. Thing is, this is ringing that dinner bell for Gamer Legion. They're all so heavily invested in the idea of this utility dump being the commit. You wrap over another player, they start to posture slightly further back towards the site as well. Paranoid about a hit out towards A. Got a bit of a boost set up for it though. PR at least on the elevated angle. He was crisp at clearing this previously. Support of Torsen for the short run out. Needs to do it on the defense. If he can't hold them back, this could be a huge round for Inner Circle. Timing though, Mac tries to reposition, flash over. They're barreling in.
Using the cover of the tarpaulin to maybe just wrap around, but one is all he'll get. Ken with the quick trade. And again, a man down position. Gamer Legion, they know that their money is feeling the pressure. So again, they're just going to fall away. It is save territory. It is Inner Circle. 11 rounds in a row to get to this position after being down 8-0. They have just turned the whole map on its head, and Gamer Legion are looking lost for answers.
Yeah, they don't know what to do. They're scratching their heads in some of these scenarios. Even this one again, where it's like mechanically you had all the answers on the entry pathing for PR. Something's always slightly awry when it comes to these hits when he's on the defense now. Really sort of quieted down compared to, I think it was like 21 frags towards the half or something miraculous. Like he was going nuts. Then obviously that just kind of disappears. You don't have the same level of backup from the rest of the team. Scrambling with the pauses as well. Last opportunity really for Ash to have any impact to pull him out of the doldrums. But how do you answer this one? It's just in a circle, just gatting you down.
This is wild. After all the praises that we sung for Gamer Legion in that first half, like, they usually have an answer for everything. That man at the back of them there, Ash, usually always has an answer. But this time, they just need to deal with the pressure. PR, he's like 22 and 11 or something at the moment. Everyone else, we still got a few players there on the single digits, like ZTR having rough situations, obviously trying to be a bit more of a supportive member on the B site. Just unable to find many opportunities. Hypex, it feels like he's also not getting involved. Didn't really have to do a lot in that first half. 6 and 9, saving up a storm just to try to keep the AWP in play. And again, Knife has just been given the short control.
Yeah, you're allowing so much space. It's been a consistent trend. And I think, you know, you might be right as well, because it was kind of, you know, the waiting game of like, at some point, if Hypex can activate, show us maybe what that CT side AWP can do. But it's never come, and now it probably won't ever arise. He wasn't really on the board in the first half, because like you say, his teammates did the work for him. So a lot of missing pieces. We haven't had this team firing on all cylinders. Talking about fire, Knife there, burnt away. Oh, it's a hot blade. But is it a cool Hypex panicking towards the site as he scrambles to stay alive? Daddy bleeding out round towards long as well. They're going to hit the bomb site together here. See if you can overwhelm. ZTR goes down. Hypex good for one on the back foot, but he needs even more, and it's looking panicky.
Just trying to figure out how to get through the defense. There is 3 CTs on the truck side, and you're never going to expect that. Man after man going to be found here, and all just spotted. Hypex still alive. They know that he's there. And Fleerax, he's got himself the angle, but he's full committed to the left side. Swing won't connect, and Hypex gets it eventually. The streak of rounds for Inner Circle will come to an end. 11 to 9. Off the back of another tactical, Gamer Legion might have just saved the day.
It's a crazy round. Miraculous kills in the manner that he finds them as well, right? Like, you have to fight in the carnage. Like the heads-up call to switch to the A1S and the 1v1 as well towards the tail end there. But,
yeah,
man, Hypex, we've been asking when he would finally arise. There it is. That's the round. Is this going to be consistency, though? You need that consistent now. You've got to have the help from him and the rest of the squad. See if you can slap the water back on PR, drag him back in for a few more.
Just when we were asking a little bit more of Hypex, we finally get it. Oh, and Rez going to be spotted on the jump peak. Missed opening opportunity there for Fleerax. And ZTR constantly just starting to bombard that cutout on short, knowing that he managed to slide a kill onto Knife last round, which made the whole round that much easier to trade out. Hypex again. On that line in towards Divider, but there is 4 Ts lurking around the corner. He won't be able to get out of this one alive. He's not even expecting a close peek at all. Daddy with the opening, Rez on the front side, going to be able to triple it down. And the answer found for Gamer Legion out of nowhere. Fleerax on 2 points of health. That's going to be a difficult one to find. We'll get the first leg and not the second. Big damage. A pick found, but it's PR to put a 10th round on the board. Job's not done in either aspect.
No, it's still anyone's game. It's actually, you know, far more competitive now than it ever was. We get the wake up of Hypex, Rez making some big plays as well in the site defense here. Some of the pieces starting to come back, thinking maybe it's still achievable. Bit of belief again, some energy back in the room for them. Whereas we see on the other side of things, Pause called in. Opportunity to take a second. Don't overcook it. Hell of a streak, Mac. I mean, unbelievable to think, right? You go on, what, 11 rounds on the trot off the back of getting into the groove, 8 rounds down, looking like it was over. You know, it felt like this was going to be a steamroll and overpass. We're talking about third map storylines, perhaps.
Yeah.
Now we're here. Now we're back in this sort of, you know, right down the middle. It could be anyone's game position. So, yeah, hell of a matchup on our second. Let's see how it goes. Money's not in the best spot. T-Sag got to roll with the punches. Could be tied up off the back of this.
Similar game from Inner Circle to what we had up against 3D Max yesterday. Nice and tight, nice and close, very entertaining. Keeping us guessing as to who is going to be able to take it. And finally, we're going to see the boost into short. Get that first pick onto Knife, but maybe not expecting the second man. The flashes looking to suppress the vision of the T-side members over at Monster. And Onic able to at least answer for one, but there is many members here all fighting and they're trying to do it together. Onic, another trade. But Dowie going to be left in the 1v3 with the bomb in a rough to retrieve position. Eyes on it from both ZTR and Rez. At least Dowie has time on his side. 1HE will reveal his hand. And there is going to be all eyes on this short pipe. His fate should be sealed in a matter of seconds. Unless... No shots this time coming out from Dowie. 11-11. Make a wish, Jackie.
Yeah, dude, the angel number game rearing its head here. Overtime looming, or perhaps still regulation if you can find a way to shut it. But all comes down to these fine margins, right? Beastly start for GL, massive cool-off going into CT. But a reawakening, and if you just keep it up, you never know.
Someone in chat just asked if Onic is the son of Zonic. Could be the Ukrainian re-embodiment. Bring in the brains and the brawn back to a younger squad. Is it too little too late? We've got a lot of questions that need to be answered this round. Who is going to put themselves on map point or even match point? So we go for a bit of a 1-1-3 split for Inner Circle, taking early long control. Only with ZTR spotting from back on the A site. They've definitely found a hole in the defense, making a move this direction. Dowie, lucky to be alive, getting past the shot of Hypex. And Torsen may have arrived on the scene just in time. Smoke starting to come through on the long exec. It might be good. The flashes forcing ZTR to spray half the magazine. Torsen dancing around Dice is looking to roll him and hope that it's GL on top, but Knife 1v4 angle gets past the first and Rez tucked away there. A forced plant with a round loss bonus should be enough to get another buy in the final round of regulation. But can they get more than that? Answer is no. Rez laying down the law with a big 3-piece, holding on to short and putting 12 on the board. Gamer Legion arriving at the scene just in time to maybe keep themselves in this series.
Nice moves from Rez, man. Delay tactics, good peaks. Yeah, you see the frustration. They were so close. They know that they had been able to grind this one back to within touching distance, but it's this. The explosive nature of GL. Maintaining focus on the game, picking up a key round, and now the ball's in their court. We could push to a third map if they can close it in regulation. If this one is a mistake, it's all over for the comeback dream for Inner Circle. Into it here, then aggression shown towards B early. PR looking for the peek out. Couple taps towards the toes, but it gets bloody early. Daddy comes swinging back around, bullet into the head of Torsen. Rez has got to do it again, Mac.
Trying, all tapping, but the HEs just shrapneling him into disintegration. Hypex from heaven is looking to lock onto this one. ZTR across the top, going to be able to drop the bomb and keeps on spraying through the smoke back into the pit to try and live, but the HE from Hypex keeping them in it. It's a 1v1. Ken and Hypex, we are going to OT. Job's not done, and overpass will continue.
Oh, mate. That's a huge final play. Beautiful pickup. Wasn't panicked, under pressure, back against the wall. Daddy does it. Handles the business on that one. This final peak, Mac, so clean.
Quite excited, it seems.
Oh yeah, fired up.
Good amount of energy in the room from Inner Circle, and they are not going to let any of that energy go by the wayside. Straight out Monster they go, although all stopping in their tracks, and Torsten able just to pick them off one by one. ZTR little 3-man PP straight down. What the hell? That round looked catastrophic, I guess. It looked good until it didn't. They just stopped outside of Monster.
Yeah, they were going, and then they did not. They hit the brick wall. It was over. That was ridiculously quick.
ZTR, middle of that spray down, headbutting a Molotov as well. That had caused concussion in most, but fortunately he had a helmet on.
Unbelievable scenes. I didn't expect that for the first OT round, but I guess you try and catch them when they're sleeping, right?
Straight out of the gates, yeah. I don't think it was a bad call. I think it was just the execution. They looked lost. Maybe it was miscommunication in the midst of the action. But Gamer Legion taking every advantage that they can. And if the T's are just going to stand there and not shoot back, then, well, you'll take that every day.
All right, then. Here we go. Back into the flow of things. Shouldn't be the similar sort of scenario here. Grouped up towards mid-side early, bit of space, looking for a slower default from Inner Circle on this one. Oh, Rez walking up, going to play close behind the rock towards long. See if he can find too much space from this early. Bit of a peek on top side, looking down towards toilets. Try and get a read on this. It's a hefty investment back towards B again. 4 players there. They had tons of trouble with those B-side defenses in regulation. It's been good here in OT. Hypex with 1. Rez about to be asked. And good on the delivery.
Hunting for the trade, but just waiting for the flash. It's good, and so is the shot. Daddy trying to fight their way back into the round. An Inner Circle. They've been very good at playing with this sort of pack mentality. Oh, I thought he was on again. I just couldn't find the head of ZTR. And the other two are right here, shifting, waiting, but there's util in hand for Dowie. Oh, and the AWP ain't going to do it. ZTR locking down long and locking down a 14th. Starting to string some more together here. GL thriving in the momentum.
Yeah, it seems like they're running that high again. Far more consistency when asked from a lot of the players on the team now. You can see everyone delivering in the individual fights. It's kept the energy fired up. So many twists in the narrative of who's been in the driving seat. This one's kept us guessing. Ooh, quicker B play again. Posturing for it. They're quick on the hit.
Airstrike. Cracking open ZTR, but not quite finishing him off. It's Torsten with the spray down. AK firepower, a bit too much to deal with. And Torsten still alive, still kicking here on 7 points of health. With Rez falling, though, it could be easy pickings for the remaining B-side members. And Knife's going to be taking them all. 4 out of nowhere. And it's just Hypex in the 1v2 to close things off. HE placement looked kind of good, but doesn't bounce off the backboard. And now they know they're going to fight for it.
Daddy does it again.
Big Daddy. There he is, swinging. Energy in the camp, the coach, hyped up. Everyone feeling good. Staying hydrated as well. And fair enough, mate. He's made some killer plays. Keep himself topped up. Keep it coming.
No!
Wild scenes. But one on the T side, certainly enough. And this is where Inner Circle struggled. The initial phases of the CT side on overpasses where they couldn't find a thing and they just kept on missing this monster smoke, and they haven't realized they've been missing it. So they're going to keep on missing it, guys.
Yeah, we got our answer to that question, really, didn't we? With the situation towards Monster. It's been problematic, so we'll see if it rears its head again throughout this one. So far, obviously, a 14-13 scoreline. Looking for the early plays, bit of utility cast out, leaving some gaps on the CT side. Connector control being burnt and fought for as well. Bomb left back for the rotate early. Knife trying to get these spots off in towards Connector. He was pretty good at making plays on it previously. And Flerax, if he delivers, could also be a force to be reckoned with. Still a lot of time on the clock. It's a slower round. GL not wanting to rush this one. Bomb now on the move.
Postured perfectly for the B hit. Oh, there's two seen. Dowie just trying to finish off the second man, but we'll leave him to refocus back towards Monster as the pop starts to come towards that B side. Hypex caught with util in hand. Not what you want to see. And Inner Circle in the perfect position to close out a 2v5. Fleerax on the flank side, ZTR taken out, and it's Rez in a 1v5 who won't get a chance to shoot another shot. Fleerax, beautiful rotation down Con to clean up and tie up this OT.
Maybe it's back on. Maybe they're feeling themselves for a 2-0 again. That clutch into the overtime. Some nail-biting rounds. This EPL run could have some dream starts for them if they can keep it focused here. 14-14 though, Mac. Bloody hell. Giving Gamer Legion a run for the series.
Keeping everyone guessing. We've got a lot of players and viewers unfamiliar with Inner Circle's game in the chat. Just flooding in thinking, what's going on? How are Gamer Legion losing to these guys? Well, they haven't lost yet. But Inner Circle, they are bringing in a solid brand of Counter-Strike. Other than that,
ooh. Same play once again, it rears its head. This was the 2P setup. They're trying to make it work. Rez bites the bullet. Snapshot on that one. That could have huge impact. It's a nice opening kill, Mac.
and with Daddy down, that makes things a little harder for Inner Circle to try to fight their way back in. Doing a lot of the heavy hitting to get them into OT. Has been a very solid closer for Inner Circle, but the flashes working well for Onyx to get that first pick. Instantaneously traded, the Knife is going to look to fight for the pit control, but he won't be able to hold on to it. 2v4 for Inner Circle here. They've got an M4, they've got that AWP in the hands of Fleerax, who's also got a nice line over towards Monster once the smoke fades. Should be able to catch Hypex in transition, which he will. But are they expecting the double flank? Only one of the CTs seen. But that time is slowly ticking away, and there's still a couple of flashes and a HE to play with for Gamer Legion. Kit's there, but no smoke. And Dowie going to be able to flush one out, taking res, but the time is ticking and they need to get on the package. Who's going to be tapping it? No one at this point. They're looking for the picks and no one's defusing. Boys, you got to do it, and it's a little too late. Oh, Lord. No time remaining. Someone had to hold it and it would have worked out, but they just didn't go for the package.
Yeah, dude, like what, a matter of seconds there. It looks like HUD-wise, at least from the defuse timer. If they just would have been a bit quicker, Uni had to make that instant decision. Someone's got to jump on it. Tried to put it together, but a couple of milliseconds of difference, and that's the round blowing back up in their face here.
That's literally it. Taking that sweet time. Certainly cost IC. And will that come back to haunt them? Going to a third is not where they want to be if they can just close it in two right here, right now. And it's going to be a 3-for-1 trade. Playing for double OT now are Inner Circle. And with a two-man advantage, they put themselves in pole position to keep on play.
They couldn't do it in the first time of asking, but here might just be able to keep it going, tie it 15-15 again. And that was the opening confidence, at least, that we saw that was winning the regulation rounds on repeat, Max. So I'm glad to see that back in action, even if it was a little bit more chaotic, right? Leaving them in some panicky positions. You get the opening jewels. And now they're able to play a little bit more passively, coast this out, put the pressure on GL to try cook. Just don't give them any 1v1s. Don't give them the way back in. Force it into a rough late round.
Fleerax. The man that can fully just cut off the cross here. Not flashed off the line, can drop the bomb. Straight onto the site. Is he good for it? No, missed opportunity. The two-man peak is a little too much. PR the coverage. Brings it back to a 2v3 now. Can't find the man coming through con. That's Dowie. And the HE, not going to hit the mark either. ZTR. Leaving something to be desired here, but the 1v3, a bit too much to ask for. CT's all just going one by one, peeking. Oh, what? Not together. What is happening here?
They're letting him play it, man.
What is going on? ZTR, balls of steel, and hoping that Knife is going to be able to provide the cover. There is time for the defuse. We will play on. OT number 2 just around the corner.
Mate, that felt so uncomfortable, Mac. Like, giving him the 1v1s, playing into him there, like the reposition. You know what I thought, honestly? If he gets the quick shot off, get those, could have been a whole different story. We had a clutch to drag us into overtime, very nearly a clutch to close it. But in the end, it's another round. We tie it back up. We run it back again. He's bringing back the animal sounds. Here we go.
Again and again. I hope you guys like Overpass because we got plenty more. Gamer Legion having to pull out everything in the strat book. Maybe even getting to the point of having to throw it away at this point.
Yeah, I think some of it might have gone out the window a while ago now, right? You get to this point in the OT, you're running everything. It all starts to get a bit messy. Strategy starts to fall out. And that's maybe where we start to see Inner Circle being able to take some of those liberties again with the more aggressive picks. They're tempering it here, playing far more default again, right? Just close inside toilets, got the crossfire, flare axe back towards site.
Ooh, crossfire in bathrooms. Knife not going to be caught on the rotation back. With, 40 on the clock, you can see that now they're not too worried about A. Fleerax refresh on the monster smoke, but the flash on the front side and a big backstab getting worked on by Kant. Knife over towards Long, just trying to get as much chip damage as possible, but back to back they go. Oh, he's got Knife out, should be able to turn this one around. Unfortunately, in the meanwhile, Knife is going to be lost. So the chaos giving Gamer Legion at least the site, and it's an A-site retake that we're going to be looking for. As Inner Circle still relying on Daddy to shut the back door. Oh, there's another one. And a flash for himself here, just looking to play. As Gamer Legion may just be forced back to play toilets. What a place do you want to be? PR, lovely angle found here, dropping kills left, right, and center, and it's going to have to almost be all him. But he'll hit the ground. Hypex looking to cut him off in the pass, and there is still going to be time, but the bomb is not planted for him. It's on the top of truck. They need to get on it. It's Kane with the kit, and oh, the cover's good. There's a lead found. Inner Circle, get it done this time.
Oh, they don't like taking any easy ones, do they? Fighting for these tooth and nail. Last second on the round there, it felt like, again, it was going to be another massive show-up when you needed it most. Some of the snaps back from Gamer Legion, good response from PR. But Daddy does some nice work around from long side, up close. You're able to find enough stock. They jump on the bomb at just the right time as well, thankfully having that kit. And yeah, it's a huge eruption. It's a nice round to get. Scary scenes, though. These aren't coming easy, Mac.
The clutch dad defuse. That's what you were looking for there. And Can just keeps on hitting, keeps on pumping up the numbers. And keeping Inner Circle in this one. Tactical taken instantly as Gamer Legion want every single round on the T side that they can get. Because you don't want to be playing on the back foot. It just makes you so much more uncomfortable.
All right. We run it back again. 16-15. The double OT is live. Round 32. Gamer Legion going, kicking and screaming. See if they can equalize here or if it will be a lead building for that CT side of Inner Circle. Again, heavy investment towards B early, setting up for it. Bit of a boost in the playground, giving Rez a read towards toilets.
Inner Circle, not after information towards A. Cairns starting all the way back on site, but it's the fight towards short which goes their way. Dowie re-swinging off the back of Fleerax, taking the shot. And it's good for the man advantage. Torsen jumping, spotting that no one was there, but this smoke might come back to bite the CTs. Awkward misposition on the boost. Forces knife off the half wall, which would have been another answer into the round, and he's starting to think about going back to A. Not seeing anything after that smoke. Dowie hoping he can do it all himself, which he can. The flash didn't need vision, and Onyx as well, just mollying off Monster with Hypex posted, hoping with 40 on the clock and a 1v5 angle, he can maybe keep this alive, but you kind of just want to keep the AWP into the final round here.
Yeah, get away if you can. Ooh, mate. Trying to give him something to play with, but just the one. Always a horrible spot to be left in. Inner Circle, though, this is the dream scenario. Getting closer and closer again.
Tension rising. And Inner Circle just seem to be thriving in it. Finding all the answers that they need. And Gamer Legion just trying to feel out the round somewhat. Happy to gift that con control. Going for more of a 3-2 split this time. No boost up from the CTs. Knife just throwing that preventative util, but it's the HEs they should be worried about. Onyx didn't see those HEs coming and will be taken out of the round without having a chance to fight.
Yeah, it's nice, man. Good util usage, right on target. Oh, Fleerax. Look at the flick of the wrist on this guy. Posting up inside toilets as well. He wants more. Feed him more. There's the second. Fleerax getting fired up, seeing the shadow, but he misses the shot. Overextension on the peak. PR catches him sleeping, and PR, oh, he is writing some great headlines. In this round at least, PR rules the roost, and they get themselves one round at least at the end of the half.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. Play it away, guys. Play it away. Let's go.
God damn.
Play to win. They get it done that time. Cause a bit of chaos in the ranks, and no matter the heroics of Fleerax, everyone else just blinded, unable to shoot back. As Gamer Legion fire up and hit some crispy ones this time. And back onto the CT side they go, which they could pull flawlessly. But at the moment, even the smoke's missed. So there's going to be a bit more presence potentially displayed by Inner Circle over towards this A site. Already, again, getting the short control, putting knife into the pocket. And Onyx hoping that he can maybe catch a timing shot. Body block in the smoke, revealing his hand. But things slowing down as GL, they've let out a good amount of util already.
Boost up. Dowie reading it. He's been crisp. It's PR though. Man's been making all the plays. And again, cashes checks. Another one. You can't spell overpass without PR, Mac. It's in the name.
Can't fault that one. But you can maybe fault Knife for being out in the open there, not expecting the boost up. Great proactivity coming through from Gamer Legion. Just to keep on looking for info, looking for picks. Hypex going to be playing on the line as Torsen Won't actually peek with it, just waiting for the flash to try and set him up for success again. Ooh, caught on top of Toxic. And still a chance for Inner Circle in the round, but with 30 seconds on the clock, they're going to go for the swift rotation, which will find an open A site if they can beat the CTs to the punch. But they're only at the top of con, and just now is when Rez is going to get those sound cues. ZTR starting to make his way up, but with a man advantage, you can easily play for the retake. Safe plant over towards Truck. If no one peeks from Bank, he could be in trouble. Oh, falls off the line, goes forward, Onyx. Somehow able to keep on fighting here. Fleerack's going to be able to find one more, but it's Rez to save the round. And even it up at 17 apiece. Whoa, that could have gone either way.
Yeah, dude, that was real dangerous territory. He's wrapping up through the stairs. That nade that was thrown out brought him down to, I think, like 45 HP from contact as well. So he's in such a risky spot. It's getting uncomfortable. Vonic hitting the shots on the run out. And Rez, somehow, 10 HP, finds both with a quick transition. Gamer Legion erupt. It's still going. It's not over yet.
Inner Circle taking their chance with the tactical, which of course gives Gamer Legion an opportunity for Ash to speak also. One, the magic number to keep OT going for Inner Circle. If they can lock in and get 2 on the T side, they'll hit 19. And they'll close out the series 2-0. Looking like we are going to see more A pressure coming through from Gamer Legion. Double long setup, one towards short, just trying to draw attention away with all those nades used, and there's a lot of info that ZTR is gaining from the advanced position. Him and Hypex ready for a swing if anything comes this direction. And it's Dowie, which could be the flyer to land in the trap. Hypex looking. He wants to find a pick or at least some information as the T's. They've already started the fall back to B, and this is good info. This is good scouting, but Daddy in the meanwhile going to be able to poke his head out of toilets and find one man, but not the second. And doesn't expect ZTR to be so advanced.
This round's getting so... Oh, scary for Gamer Legion to contend with now. Focus on the man causing panic on the A side. It's Torsen that's the sole defense of B. Caught in rotation on a crossfire. They bypassed him, get up towards the side. Fleerax with a peek as well. Banishing PR. Oh boy. Post plant down. Bomb secured. ZTR. He's had 1 pick to his name in this round. Left in the 1v2 now. Full tool belt. He's got defuse kit and various nades to play with. Walking his way out towards the site. Do they even give him a look in?
Respectively. Giving him a lot of space to play with. Fleerax posted. Dowie looking to have a head on a swivel. Incen goes to the right position. Awkward. They pulled out. It's a bit weird for GL, but IC put 18 on the board. Next OT now confirmed. And a potential, again, for IC to close out the series with 1 round remaining here in double overtime.
Can they do it again? Run it back for another time. Will the overtime story and overpass continue to keep on going? Or is it a 2-0? And another good performance at EPL here for Inner Circle, showing us what they're made of. Live from Sweden. Timing on this, it gets so messy. Recoils away from it. Knife just bails, throws the HE and pieces out.
Yeah, playing his life this time. That's good info. Don't usually boost without at least 3 down towards that B site. They've gone for the reboost, the reclear. They should know that short doesn't have any residence. That's why you see the re-aggression back towards the toilet side. Although Dowie hoping that Daddy is going to be able to trade him out. HE going to the right place to maybe find Rez there off the backboard, but Rez creates just enough space to live in the meanwhile. The chaos allows GL to thrive. The flash not connecting. ZTR, I think he's threaded the needle. There's eyes towards his position here. Icy seem to know and bring it back to the 2v4. Fleerax just waiting. And there's info from the jump peak. He's still got the AWP to play with, but won't be able to flick it back. And we go one more time.
Gamer Legion keep it going. The OTs keep on coming. Ash still believing in the system. Dealing out those high fives, those fist bumps after the round. They survive potentially loss in the series and give themselves one more chance at a shot at the map here in the next OT again. All squared up for now. CT side start, of course, as they continue on for it. Hypex still has the AWP. All rifles on the side of Inner Circle.
Oh, bit of oxygen. Necessary for everyone involved here. And this time, it's more numbers back towards the short side. They went for the short boost on the short wall, and Zdawi able to at least answer. No one can see a damn thing. Flash is going everywhere. As ZTR wants to try and pull a trick maneuver, jumping across the top if he can find any form of information. It's just a matter of picking your moments. And he might do just that. There's cover from short side, but the C4 will be planted in the meanwhile, and that's going to be in numbers. 4GL on the retake. PR still just waiting out this smoke. Jumping on the top of Toxic and hoping he can find Knife maybe over towards the pit side. PR getting it done and filtering out canals. They know it's going to be two men over towards the sandbags. Spraying, hoping Flyrax can find something in the chaos of everything, and the HE won't finish either of them. But do they go for the boost again? The spray is going to be enough. It's just spams going left, right, and bloody center, but that time ticking down again, and that smoke fading. Dowie shooting, hoping he can buy the time, but I think there is enough. By the skin of his bloody teeth, he's got another defuse out. PR 38, and whatever the hell his death tally is. Man is on fire and keeping GL in this game.
It's despicable. Getting so much done. Unbelievable scenes as well. Incredibly tight on the timing. You had that peek back through the smoke where Dowie's able to hit the one tap, force them off the bomb, leave it in uncomfortable territory, but he still wins out on it. Commanding respect in multiple facets of this game throughout regulation, again now in OT. So Gamer Legion take that opening round into our third overtime. And it's still cooking, Mac. This one's not cooling off anytime soon. ZTR on a walk down. Hello. Fleerax is walking up for it. Could already have some carnage. Connector combat, potentially.
Bit of a change-up in ZTR's position. I don't know if he's played this one. How's Dowie on the clearance? Surely he sees those boots poking around, and he will. Good readjustment to find the head. Let's see if IC can close from here. Do they expect Rez so advanced? He's not been mollied out. He's not been cleared yet. He's got a lot of sound cues to play around. How many can he get is the big question. Are we poking his head back down, Con? And there is eyes on his position if he goes one way but not the other. Just trying to relay as much of this information and figure out the conundrum. He has heard that rotate away, and he knows that the A site should be fully defended. So the rest of the troops already down and stacked on B, expecting a 3v4 explosion. PR hoping that the cover of the smoke is enough here just on the bridge, finding the edge, and oh, they're all dead. Numbers swinging back in their favor now, and the reinforcements starting to make their way onto the B site. Makes it that much harder for Fleerax to make his way through the smoke. Gamer Legion 20 secured.
Yeah, Gamer Legion giving it. PR has been the man that's really flying the banner high, right? Keeping the good times rolling for them in very consistent plays. Rez with some heads-up maneuvers as well, these earlier aggressive setups. It's been good to see. And it's starting to ice out that momentum once again from Inner Circle. 20-18 being the flow right now. Timeout going to be called as well. You get them in OT, you might as well use them. There's been limited opportunities for both coaches to chime in with the teams. You know what's scary though, Mac? Keeps going like this, mate. This could be like a PR 50 bomb, 60 bomb game.
How far can it go?
Well, who knows? He's got 40, so just over a frag a round so far.
Not too bad at all. Well, let's find out together how much damage PR can continue doing. And if he can drag the rest of the troops in through this game. Usually more of an effort by committee. And that last round, of course, definitely pivoting on the single pick from Rez, but also the importance of the information that he gained puts them all in the right position to deal with the B-pop. Hypex posted and hoping that Rez is going to be able to hold his toilet side. Oh, maybe caught in transition. And meanwhile, things getting a little awkward as Fleerax takes the head off of Rez. And Hypex may be caught out in the open, still spotting time and time again, but won't be able to find Kant. 3v5. And a lot of things happening over towards the truck side. ZTR trying to wrap around and hoping that the smoke is enough to play with, but PR doing the exact same thing. Up on the dumpster, dropping, hoping that the smoke's fade in his favor, but there's not a lot of space for him to play with. And look, we're asking him to go towards that 50 bomb. He's got 5 potential picks to get here, but that is a huge ask for anyone. First going to be given to him on a silver platter with Fleerax, but that's the info that all Inner Circle needed. And I dare say, oh, there's no more to find. 20-19, Jackie, going to be the score at the turn.
Taking that one home. Scary scenes. He was game to give it a go, but too little too late. Rest of the squad not being able to hold back the wave here. Forced him into that 5 versus 2 before PR could even really rise back up from the stairwell and try and mount a comeback on the site. Oh, I had a bit of a build-up to it as well. There was like a slow roll, you know?
Yeah.
All right, mate. Yeah, that's a good sign for the energy.
Oh, I don't know if that's a good sign for the energy. Hypex missed chance. He shot that shot, but Fleerax shot back harder. Here, unable to deny the cross back to site. Onyx catching that HE. Great hands, but not expecting ZTR to be lurked out a monster so dry, so quick. Dowie ejected from the B site.
Yeah, forcefully removed. Still a lot of time left on the clock on it. Bomb in rotation as well. Only just been grabbed and starting to scarper back over to potentially Daddy's domain. He's inside of the toilets right now. Fleerax, he's been quick with the adjustment shots, but he's under pressure. Has to buy time for the rotate and backstab of his teammate. Tucks in, playing with him on the angle. Trusting the no-scope, but the bullet won't find its target. Knife eats the nade, but Daddy arrives. Damage done, peeking good. Able to convert that in for a second headshot back on PR and throw an issue into this round. Dragged down to the 1v1. Torsen with it all to do. Has the bomb to try bait out the face. Gets the info on the jump spot as well. Pressure on now. Bomb planted, AK in his hands.
Space created. Torsen on the short side is red. Can getting it done. The A site is Daddy's domain. And the numbers evened up again on the scoreboard. Still a chance for either team to try and close out here. A crazy, crazy push from Can. The toilets control crucial, getting in behind enemy lines.
Yeah. Heads up play, man. You got to love him for it, being able to bring that one home. High pressure round as well. It still feels like it's not done though, Max. Something about this series, it just keeps going, just keeps resetting. Whenever you think it's over, whenever we start to see that return to form, someone just can't quite finish it. And the cycle begins anew. Gaming Legion somewhat more muted here though than we've seen in prior rounds.
GL usually good at figuring out these rounds off the back of tacticals. So we'll see if this is going to be another classic one. And Fleerax, the same opening. Deja vu. But this time with the short control, able to answer for 2. This is looking much better for Gamer Legion on the T side.
Unexpected answer. They haven't been able to remedy it so quickly previously, right? And you're spot on. That's what I was getting worried about. We'd seen that play a few times, just being able to brute force down Fleerax, winning that opening duel no matter who's there, be it the AWPer of Hypex or a Rifler. But the rapid trades give them space, and they take that instantly, trying to run out towards the A site. Knifes trapped, blind, and sideswiped by PR. This should be locked in for GL.
There's plenty of cash, so you better believe Inner Circle are going to give it a crack. But they're taking their sweet time to make their way up con. And there's a lot of real estate that they still need to try to buy. They did manage to find a timing, although Dowie, with his head peeking out, is a freebie there for Rez. Might be able to find even more. Onic on the trade game gets the AK, which now adds extra value to the final round of Triple OT. Gamer Legion on map point. And certainly...
Nice, guys, let's go. Let's go 7th overtime, boys, let's go. Overtime.
He's got jokes.
Shout out Ashley Battier.
I'm with him.
Yeah, you know what? Let's run it, Max. 7 OTs? Why not?
Why not? I'll raise you 8.
All right. See if we get there. Not far off. Although for Inner Circle, it's all the difference of 1 round. That's all they're really thinking about. Oh, not the start you want. Hypex clipping them with the Quinton peak. Straight to the big toe.
You can see the adaptation coming through from RC. Fleerax not going to con initially, but with Onic being that soul beat defender taken out, and a contact from ZTR in the meanwhile can't also taken out of the mix. This is now starting to look a little bit precarious as GL teeter on the edge of finding Nuke. 7th OT may not be necessary, but can IC do it in this 3v5?
Nades make it uncomfortable. Knife's going in for the surgical play. Oh, mate, the double up as well. Fleerax assisting. Suddenly, this is far more recoverable, but ZTR reads the room on the walk around and dulls the blade of knife. Fleerax with the flick isn't on target, and it's all down to Dowie in the back. They're low, sure, but a 1v2 still to find. The bomb isn't planted. They're only just punching in the digits. He's already at front. Monster has a read on it. Suspicious after seeing the nade come flying back towards him. But they're getting post plants out of this now, Mac. Pressure's cooking.
No smoke available, which is kind of what you want given the situation. And you can see that GL happy to play the tap. Let ZTR go first on the low health. And Dowie just covering a lot of bases here. Spots the first man, needs to tap it to bait out the extra aggression. But that time again ticking. Oh, shots almost look good. It's PR against Dowie. 2 of the sharpest in the server, and the defuse gets stuck. But it won't make it to the end. 22-20. We do find the end of Overpass. Gamer Legion survive here in the 1-0 bracket as we nil. We're still not done with the game. We still got a 3rd map to get to. I need a break. I'm out of words, Jackie. This has been a... That last map took it out of me. So, brain's gone. And hopefully that's not the same for the players, because they need to be bringing in their top brand of Counter-Strike to make sure that we have an entertaining series. And Dust 2, now I'm remembering that it's Dust 2. Now I know that that is confirmed. I'm actually a bit more worried about GL, because this is where Inner Circles thrive.
Well, right then, mate, here you go. It's a little twist in the narrative for you. A nice little surprise. And hopefully a beautiful end to the series for everyone dialed in, watching at home. Guides you through the action then. Let's see where it goes. Dust 2, kicking off.
Okay, what have we got here? Door smoke coming through. T's disrespecting it. Using it as a bit of a bait with the Rough mid-B smoke thrown out. Onic going to be able to take one in the meanwhile with a backside player of Dowie. No one coming in from tunnels. So Dowie in a solid position to maybe pick up a couple of kills here. Going to be able to get one with Fleerax as well. Able to find one across the top of the CT smoke. Torsen. One in the meanwhile just to get that bomb down and then the 1v3. Good position, but the jump forward first from Knife is great to draw the crosshair and draw a first round out of nothing.
There we go. Pistol picked up then. Going to be content with that one. Swift response back in. Not really the sort of clutch you want to be left in with such low health. It was uncomfortable. So good first pistol round on the boards. Couple tasty shots, mate. Yeah, I think Dust 2 actually is a fairly sick playground for this one. Like some of the optics of what we could be getting out of it, especially if they start to get on a bit of a roll here as well. You can just really take the heat to them. CT side, get aggro with Fleerax, like activate that AWP in a few different places, mate. Yeah, it could be quite beastly. Ooh, tag's good though. Onic on the cross, slapped up by the scout.
He'll take the free damage. Full tag and bag strat set up with the couple of pistols as well as that Galil and AK. And I guess this is probably one of the maps where we could also see Hypex try to show more of his A game. Thus to allowing AWPers and scoped weaponry enjoyers to show what they are capable of. Nice repositioning timing. Out of Can hearing some noise up short there. We'll be able to make his way back to the A ramp in time, and Fleerax looking to cut him off at the pass. Still has the AWP online in second round. That's a big call, but it's big damage. I think that was a collateral as well. He's only shot that one bullet. And it's PR who can't shoot back hard enough. Big round, big collat, and a huge hold on that A site.
Yeah, that's what you want, bud. They line up for him on the run out. Easy chest shot, look, straight through. Paper thin.
Couldn't even see the second man. He was hidden by the first.
Yeah, the silhouette was such a perfect lineup for him. Just the X-ray overlaid. But he's getting value out of it early. If he can keep it in his hands, not get overwhelmed by any close-range pistol action, it would be clean. Onic does make the heads-up charge in towards lower. Breezes through with the first. Rez trades back. Oh, PR. Onto Knife. All right, then. Room to breathe, Mac.
Man, disadvantage might make Inner Circle feel a bit claustrophobic given their positions. Dowie will fight for himself, untagged. And I'm not sure if Torsen's going to go for this one. Now we're just trying to fake the fade away from the tunnels. But in the meanwhile, that package is making its way towards A. So there's a 2v2 fair fight towards this site. Fleerax is looking to try and set Can up for a solid pick in. Oh, dink in. And Dowie low. But Can can't finish the job on the first man. So things getting real awkward now. Knowing that Dowie was dinked by the P250. GL feeling themselves.
Still, 2v2. Issue is, Shoes on the other foot now. It's a good angle for ZTR and a backup of PR, even with that Deagle to play off one another. Molly's great on a timing as well. Blocks the entry path. Dowie so low. They try to play off. Fleerax with the first. Oh, mate, the tag's there. PR on 10 HP, but time nipping at your heels. He tries to go back for it. It's awkward.
He's done it. Ain't no way with the Deagle you're hitting these. Oh, he didn't know time. Oh. I thought he got on just in the nick of time.
It's milliseconds again.
Oh. I swear there was 5 seconds. Did he get off it? Surely not.
I don't know, bro. I think that's just slightly too late on the time. I don't know if this is throwing us off with the HUD, but that's mad, yeah.
Oh, that's what happened. Smoke didn't extinguish the molly.
Oh.
So that's why Dowie looked like he just ran through and died. Shout outs to the replay team for catching that one. Good information. And Inner Circle feeling the pressure of losing that eco. Fallen Molly. Look forward, and PR, he is looking to take a few more names. He ain't done. Didn't do enough damage in overpass, and he wants names. But that is going to be an AK donated to the CTs. The problem is that bomb's starting to make its way out towards the B side. No pressure at mid just yet. ZTR looking to control the rotations from Xbox. And has let a couple slip the wicket, so it might be a 3v2 on B if the CTs flood, and that looks like exactly what they're doing. HE forward, flashes, sending the CTs right on in. Rez just running around the smokes, hoping to find something. We'll be able to take a head off of Fleerax, but there's still 2 more to find, and he's hoping that ZTR can arrive on the scene in time. Over towards Car, has some coverage, but the CTs now just tucked in on the back of site. ZTR won't win the fight, and it's all up to Rez. It'll boil down to a timing. Head down, hoping that the CTs don't expect his position here. As Dowie fires warning shots, there is the chance that he's gone back to the window side. But Knife and Dowie wanting to fight this one together and not give him opportunities to have isolated fights. That's the info that he needs, and it's all going to be a tap game. And this time Dowie wins it.
There we go. Energy coming back, man. Some of those more explosive moments, keeping your gas in there. Tucked in at the back of the site. Wasn't really too much that could be done from it in the 1 versus 2, but tried to play the fine margins and see what it means for the team.
Ooh, no contest for the short control. Inner circle, staying respective of Gamer Legion. And that prior round they won on the low bite. And with the short control, what do you do here, Jackie? Are we splitting B? Are we committing A? Or are we going to play that clock down? There's only that one set of util that they can use to try and choose.
Yeah, pretty much ushered forth into this one. Obviously, Fleerax scoped up here for the cross. He's been very quick with his adjustments. Let's see if he's good now. PR here instantly. Oh, you thought maybe they'd line up for him, but it's Rez and Hypex to play off one another and start to create enough space to at least get the bomb planted. Knife is close though. A1S right on the precipice and making a play out towards the site. ZTR with a dig, smites back, but he's good for a double up, and it's looking uncomfortable. All on the Deagle Blaze with 2 HP, but that blade is sharper. And they stab straight back. Another one on the retake. 4 rounds now on Dust 2.
Yeah, well played from Knife just to survive there. Dancing around under the site and hoping that no one could find the angle on him. Well, has enough time for the rotates to come in. And then takes 2 more on the retake. I think it's a 3rd even. There you go. 1st, 2nd, and the 3rd. Solid structure on the retake. And Inner Circle looking formidable here to kick off Dust 2.
It's fun, scrappy CS, which is nice, man. It's kind of what you wanted out of this one, right? Get into it with some potentially less than ideal rounds. Couple sort of 1v2 situations. Bit more spice early on.
Yeah.
Gamer Legion taking our time out as well. Obviously, we know these have been prominent throughout the series when they can take that sounding board and figure it out. All Galils all round, though. 1 AK there, thrown in the mix, actually, on ZTR. A little bit of utility to work with. Round 6 coming back in.
Going heavy towards B early on, expecting Gamer Legion to maybe bring it back this direction. Dowie looking to take point with Onyx ready just to drop some extra utility. We'll have to play his life now, knowing that that is going to be the bomb spotted at uppers. And PR lurking out, no one controlling mid at all. Feels like, oh, can look back just in time. He will. Beautiful timing on the swivel. And Onyx with the MP9 playing close towards that smoke. GL called the cancel. What are they going to look for here in the 2v4? There's still a minute to go for the huge rotation, which is what we're seeing Hypex look for back through T-spawn.
Yeah, the slow roll on it. See if maybe they can still piece it together. But you've got to get across middle. Nice here as well. You just pasted on the angles watching double doors. Just shy of about 45 seconds left on the timer as well. So room to breathe, but still have to move towards that site. Push comes to shove, and Knife's there. Any Hypex left, and now this is basically a recoverable. Oh, nice damage out though. Gets the first bit in, but you've told them where you are and they'll all come a-running. Just wanted to close this. Hypex left for 14 HP. Nade thrown towards him, and the kitchen sink in the end.
Батя прочитал эту малую ветку.
Пацаны, все, я беру форму, иду в вишку, окей? Я делаю...
Good comms. Active communication is what you want to see in the downtime. And I see they can taste victory. They can see it. It's still a while away. But, ooh, Rez. Scout in play. Going to try to go toe-to-toe with Fleerax and won't win this one.
Yeah, he's been hot. He's got that AWP on parade. It's going to be very unlikely you're going to take him down. Hypex trying his luck at least. Grabbing onto the scout, of course. Back from the cadaver of Rez. Hypex! That one's pretty ridiculous. Snaps through on the reaction. In through the woods. Shuts him down. All right. They're all getting mauled, though. Seems like it should be simple pickings from here. 4 players alive, just Hypex. Trapped on short again. 8 HP. Walked up on by Knife.
That was nice.
Yeah,
combination of the wall bang into the wall bang or pre-fire, whatever the hell it was with the Tech 9. But Dowie heads up to rotate in and reinforce the mid-pop. Getting in front of that flash. And asserting dominance. 6-1. Gamer Legion not allowed to have any fun here so far on the T side. Not really being gifted any spawns, just kind of playing it as it lies. And going for a slower approach. But this time, Fleerax, okay, making a play. There's 2 Ts here, and Torsen, he does have a gap, which is beautifully held onto. Onyx forced back, and surely they know that Fleerax was here too.
Snap reaction again. Give him an inch, even a sliver. He'll always be able to hit it, it seems, at the minute. Lurking inside along as well. You've got control here. Tucked back towards the wall. It's going to be Knife. He's always so good in these scenarios. Back up to Dowie. Another key multi-fragger for the side. They try and play off one another and it goes picture perfect. Only Rez again. Oh, mate, mounting a huge lead here on Dust too. This could be a 7th to work with. They're cooking.
Young up-and-comers. Showing the GL boys how it's done here on D2 so far. Just making all the right moves. Outplaying GL at every corner. Even just how they have this set up, right? Like, you've got full control of the bomb, 2 eyes on long doors, and Fleerax from CT. Just watching his own back there, but also cutting off any chance at a flank towards A long. Positionally, just trying to do all the right things. And Dust 2, it comes down to that, right? It's such a basic map. If you really roll it back and go down to the fundamentals of where you should be and when you should be there. Very much leading into the mantra of keep it simple.
Yeah, dude, it's definitely one of those maps, you know? Like, you got to just be able to Play the basics, hit those timings, make sure those long plays being able to come through, find some success on the picks, and it's just felt like they haven't really been able to get too much control into a lot of these. Most space really felt like back sort of towards the pistol, where you were able to actually sort of get some openings, maybe some rounds out of it. It's been uncomfortable in the late rounds. Yeah, not been too nice for them the longer it's gone on. It's great optics though, like you say. Overall, you know, you've shown up versus 3D Max. Yeah, it was with the sub and Navarro at the time, but still, they took that series home. They fought hard for it. Going into this game, if you're able to shut down this series now in the manner it is versus Gamer Legion, already 2-0 up in the groups, dude. Like, they're soaring through. These are players that are clearly showing, like, the skill ceiling's there, the firepower's there. They've been bringing good banter as well for the environment, you know what I mean? Keeping your opponents on your toes. It's been fun to watch, Mac, genuinely. Super good optics. It's been nice having Inner Circle here.
Yeah, it's one of these situations where, you know, Inner Circle, they're just looking to add some names to the mix of teams they've taken down. This is their first big international showing, and so far only really playing, you know, teams that they could have played in Europe. I don't think they've ever played GL before. And 3D Max as well, I'm sure that they've met at some point, given the location. But yeah, first Tier 1 tournament, even though it is Stage 1. And they're not playing the biggest names, but they are looking to take as many as they can while they have the opportunity. Okay, Dowie looking to fight long. Supportive utility is good. The flash is there, but it is going to be Knife's HE, which polishes him off. However, he will get the trade and keep the numbers stronger on the CT side of things.
Yeah, a little bit of an unfortunate one, but the outcome nevertheless favouring them. We've had quite a few sleight of hand TKs today, actually. First series of the day was full of them, mate. They were incredible. Still can't believe we got the one Impact HG kill as well out of body. Shout
that was wild.
Play of the day. Yeah.
Impact into a normal kill. So 2K. Not how you'd expect it to happen. Lyrax showing the Swede how it's done. Knife taking another. And here we are. I feel like it's still a situation, though, of don't count your chickens. Because you better believe GL are going to be bringing their A game in the second half to try to get as many rounds back as possible. But even with, like, you watch those spawns, like, they didn't really have the best spawns for anything, but the guys towards B then went back to mid to throw util, the guys towards A then went back to B to control tunnels. So the idea of spawns is just off the cards. They're playing their roles. And that might be something that cost them long term. Lyrax, downward flick, a hard one to hit on the edge of the scope there. HE tossed to get the damage, but now there's going to be the AWP in hand. And is this what GL have needed? A man advantage, an opportunity to put that scope somewhere to crack open a site. And this is going to test IC's adaptability, knowing that the AWP is gone.
Yeah, how'd you contend with a round from this point? Monic backing up after taking a bit of space towards the front of upper there. ZTR testing the waters in close mid for the rotation as well. Could be pivotal on giving him some stock in this round. Peeks in, sees the angle in the box, but not going to work out behind the car. Dowie goes down. Torsen with the only pick off that Tech-9. And Rez scavenged the AWP early into this round, but no one's given him a chance to use it. Scoped up towards the window. They can just hold raw. They know they've got the bomb. Free fire up just in case anyone's playing on close. They're not there. Still trying. Gets one, but that's all it is.
But just positionally, look at that. Locking in. You got the 1v3. You know exactly where the AWP is. You're not peeking at window. You're not peeking at double. Both of them can swing off the contact of the car player. And it's just solid Counter-Strike. Like really solid fundamentals. Great discipline, which is something that you don't see from a lot of teams. They feel the pressure. They get a little too hungry at points. But I see very impressive gameplay. This time, GL Making the most of the long spawn, sending Rez all the way out, and it's uncontested this time. Icy going short for the fast flank, pushing up the middle and sending the numbers back to A already. GL are all in.
It's a good change of pace, but is it going to pay off with a backstab? Depends on the sight hold as well. Oh, knife. Goes for the swing out, lines them up, and knocks them all down. Oh, it's all gone. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. It's in a circle. They are just living it up.
That's wild. The coordination of that with the timed backstab through long doors to allow Can to come in and get some extra damage. The pincer was just so unexpected from Gamer Legion. And the Furious smoke there as well, just splitting it all up in the meanwhile. So detrimental to what GL are bringing in. And I feel like the mental game is going to be tested. If there's a comeback to happen, it's going to be a big one. And it's going to take a lot of fortitude to even have that conversation, because in a circle, if they can find 11 on the CT side, which they are doing right now, that is an insurmountable comeback for GL to even fathom.
Yeah, they're blitzing away with it, leaving no stone unturned. It's getting worse and worse for GL to have any chance. Here you're caught in a panicky fight out towards mid-side as well. Flerax with the AWP up towards B. Incendiary thrown in. Forces them further back. The round is getting more and more uncomfortable. At least the window to try and tuck up short, but that's the look in from Knife. The double ups there, 11-1 at the half. It might be all gone for Gamer Legion. See if they can do anything to save themselves after the break.
The youngins from Ukraine coming through with a fascinating approach there on the CT side. 11-1 in the first half of Dust 2. And we spoke about how good they are on the pug maps, how solid they are on your Dust 2s, your Mirages, and your Ancients. And now we get to see it firsthand. But now I think we get to test how CT-sided has the game become. Because it's going to take a phenomenal approach from Gamer Legion if they want to get any way near a conversation back into this game.
Yeah, if there's any chance to switch the narrative up, it needs to be squeaky clean, round in, round out, the pistol live. And so far, everything's looking nice for them. But there's a clash back, and suddenly, in a circle, start to zone in on taking this pistol, putting themselves on 12, and being one round away from leaving this entire series behind them. Hypex with a look up on the USP, Tolson with those dualies. It's going to be a hard ask, Mac.
Ooh, especially now. Dink at range, able to take a name. But there's still that opportunity. And Hypex, he's looking for it, but again, that time is ticking, hoping for the Kukli, but that's not something you can rely on. And Hypex forced into the crossfire. Fleerax taking so many numbers, doing it with everything. The AWP, the pistols, and one round needed for pure domination here on Dust 2.
And that really embodies what it's been, man. You've got to underline that statement. Like, they've just been out there living it, right? This has been their movie. Crazy series, all in all, when you recap kind of the flow through. You like blow them out of the water first map. Everything's just the dream. Then we get that overtime fiasco, barely end up here, and you're straight back to just killing it. Unless Torsten can hold back the entire squad, they're going to be getting themselves dangerously close towards finishing the whole damn thing. Dowie with one. Oh, there's Daddy himself with the backline stab onto PR. Doubles up for 2, Mac, and that should be them looking good.
In position to close. Hypex, if there's a time to lift, it's now, but it's a big ask with the scout and a retake on the B side of Dust 2. Inconceivable. And ZTR won't be able to do it either. Gets one for his troubles, but that is not enough. And at 13-1, 2-1, Inner Circle continue their tirade through a couple of the top teams here in stage 1, 2-0 now, Jackie.
Yeah, it's huge. It actually is like a massive run for them, right? The energy in that team must be great right now. They're kind of just taking it one step at a time. It's not been easy. Like, their entire sort of journey, fighting through the quals, then being able to take some big names here up against 3D Max, now against Gamer Legion as well. It speaks for itself, dude. Like, there's tons of talent there. They're a fun team to watch. They're explosive outside the server. This man especially.
Yeah, doing a lot of the heavy lifting, calling up a storm, and look, essentially calling effectively, although maybe it was more on a few of the other individuals that were doing the heavy hitting. Everyone, though, having their moments for sure. Definitely an effort by committee today for IC. Daddy, though, huge work done for the first 2 maps to keep himself on such a crazy rating. And it was a late resurgence from IC with a triple overtime needed to find the difference between both. But then what a lopsided affair we ended up here on D2. Crazy, crazy performance out of the young Ukrainians. And if you didn't know them, well, now you should.
Oh, hands down. They're a fun team to watch. Explosive CS, some great camaraderie, great banter as well. And already now, you know, starting this season off with a pretty good streak, mate. Like, that's big. Couple of days in Sweden, 2 wins under the belt in the series, starting out that format effectively as you'd beg for, as you'd hope for, but doing it looking calm, looking cool.
That is wild. That is wild. And I'm just having a look again. You know, it's one of my favorite numbers to have a quick look at. But there was, I think, 5 openings that Gamer Legion managed to find there. So that is a couple of 4v5s that was brought back by Inner Circle, which is a very, very solid showing indeed. So, you know, kudos to them for making it so one-sided and getting through all the hard rounds and making the hard rounds look like easy rounds. We're not going to lie about that one.
Yeah, madness on some of those conversion, man. And something that is going to be a treat for everyone. It seems like we've got our interview ready with Daddy himself from Inner Circle. Let's bring him in.
Hello,
Hey,
guys.
how you feeling? We get to speak to you again. Another huge win for the team.
I'm feeling incredible, to be honest. Like I saw Overpass in map picks, and I thought it's gonna be like 12-0 first half, but we managed to come back, even though it's like our weakest map at this point. But yeah, I'm super proud of the team. We make it real, yeah.
Yeah, well, look, you broke through that first round, and as soon as you got that on the board, the rest kept flowing. You strung 11 together, which was crazy. So huge performance as well. Now, we've noticed statistically, you guys are performing incredibly well on your Ancients, your Dust 2s, and your Mirages. Is there a reason why you feel more comfortable on those as opposed to the ones which are more like strategy heavy?
Yeah, I think because we have like really young guys in the team who are playing like tons of Faceit, and yeah, that's the reason. Like it's the most like popular maps, like Mirage, Ancient, and yeah, I think that's the main reason. And we just like these maps. I don't know why. Yeah, we just like them. We like to play aggressive. We like fast maps, you know, like where we can do fast move, and yeah, that's it.
I think that comes across a lot in the playstyle as well, and it works. Like, you guys play some really explosive Counter-Strike, but it feels like your aim's impeccable as well. It's always, you're winning these aim duels to just create space. Super fun to watch. I mean, even yourself, Daddy, that 1v2, the overpass round to drag it into OT, mate, that was crazy.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it was a solid showing overall. Now, look, you're going to be in that 2-0 bracket. Who do you think is going to win these other games, and who do you think you're going to have to go up against to try to qualify for stage 2? Because yesterday you said that was kind of what the goal was, right? Is get through stage 1, see how you do, no real expectations. But now there's the reality. You got 3 chances to qualify for stage 2.
Yeah, I mean, I think we could do it. Like, we have 3 chances. We will see. Like, we honestly don't care who we are playing against. I think at this point, like, we are feeling like really good, and we can beat anyone. So yeah, we will see. I'm not gonna say much.
I mean, I think it's doable. I think it's certainly doable. Before we let you go then, Daddy, anything you want to say to the fans at home? It seems like there's a lot of